Church in Cherryville. And at 11 a.m. on WOHS, it's a live church service of the Calvary Baptist Church in Shelby.
You can book your tee times online at the Glen Oaks Golf Course in Maiden. Just go online at glenoaksgolf.com. Pick out your tee time and book it. Check out their pro shop, snack bar, driving range, and banquet hall. And memberships are available. For more information, call 828-428-2451. Or again, go online at glenoaksgolf.com and like them on Facebook too.
The team at Belmont Capital Advisors, they work hard to ensure that their clients enjoy their days and sleep well at night without wasting time on financial worry. Joe Pataroop and the team believes everyone deserves a retirement filled with health, wealth, and happiness. Hey, we're here with Joe Pataroop, president of Belmont Capital Advisors. And Joe Pat, let's start at the beginning. How long have you been a financial advisor? But more importantly, why did you get into this industry?
Mark, you're making me sound old here. I've been a financial advisor for over 30 years now, so I'm 50 years old. And, I really got into this business because my mom was a school teacher, my dad was a coal miner, and I really felt like just really hardworking, everyday people were not educated and up to speed on the financial topics and needs that we all need to be prepared for our retirement.
And Joe Pat, this is why you offer a one-page retirement income plan. What does this involve?
Mark, it's one of the best things we do. It's always complimentary, never an obligation. This is looking at where you are today, where you're going, and we encompass taxes, investments, everything comes into this, but we boil it all down into something that the everyday person can understand, that one-page retirement income plan. To find out how to get yours, give us a ring, 704-946-7000.
It's the opportunity to sit down with the team at Belmont Capital Advisors and customize a retirement plan. Give the team a call, 704-946-7000, or always online at belmont-capital.com.
Investment advisory services offered through Fusion Capital Management, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Belmont Capital Advisors, Inc., NC license 10000473399.
When it comes time to have your taxes done, be sure you are dealing with an IRS-enrolled agent, like those at AccuTrol Business Services in Gastonia. They have been serving the Gaston County area year-round since 1961, with a staff providing over 120 years of combined experience. Ask about same-day service, and most returns are prepared while you wait. Get electronic filing, too. See your IRS-enrolled agent. And while you're there, be sure to shop Nest and Canvas inside at AccuTrol Business Services, 428 West Main Avenue in Gastonia. Call 704-864-8767. The Don Gibson Theater in Shelby is a 400-seat concert hall, bringing you nationally known acts and musicians who have won Grammys, have gold albums, and won Best of the Year awards. Musicians that you may already have in your collection, from jazz to blues to comedy acts to bluegrass, along with summer movie series and everything in between. Upcoming acts include Brian White on May 12th at 8 o'clock, and on Memorial Day weekend is Jeff and Sherry Easter plus Carolina the Band. That's Friday, May 26th at 7 p.m. For tickets and information, call 704-487-8114 or stop by their office at 318 South Washington Street in Shelby.
don't see too many like me, cause I am one of the reasons you do what you do when you wanna be me instead of you, cause I am still on beat, showing love to the streets. Come on, you know me, cause that's who I am.
And good morning, and welcome to another Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin Hastings, Zach Mayhew, Terry Reinhardt, and Tom Cinefani.
Yeah, and Zach's going to get fired on the board for not pushing the right buttons. But I do want to tell you that Shelby Heating and Air is bringing you Saturday Morning Sports Talk. Give them a call, 704-487-7877, ShelbyHeating.com for all your heating and air needs. And in North Carolina in April and May, it seems like you do need heating and air.
6 months out of the year. Like
6 months of the year, you need heating and air. So call Shelby Heating and Air, 704-487-7877. Thank you for bringing us Saturday Morning Sports Talk.
I don't think there's just heating companies or just air companies over here, Tom.
I don't know, but I don't know if they are. But they might
not in North Carolina. There's not.
We just do air conditioning. If your heater breaks, don't call.
The 704-487-7877. They sponsor the show every Saturday morning. I want to thank them as always for everything they do. They've got special offers online, folks. $200. Where was that one? $200 off a complete installation. 15% off programmable thermostats. $25 off customer referrals, folks. $20 off performance tune-ups and service calls as well. So good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. We got all kinds of things to talk about. NBA playoffs, NFL draft. Zach and I did a little draft show the other night. That was kind of fun. We watched. We'll talk about the new king of the Carolinas, Bryce Young, in just a little bit. Major League Baseball in getting in what first almost. Not yet quite a quarter of the season in, but we'll talk a lot about that. Yeah. The Pirates are on a roll. Go Pirates.
They've been so bad so long. You know, they've been so bad so long.
Always yellow. I don't know. For the people watching at home, I have no idea why my camera's always like that. But anyway, it's just such a
Isn't there a Coldplay song? We could all be yellow.
Yeah, I mean, I can fix it somehow, but I'm not that great at that. I think the light just comes right in my face. All kinds of things to talk about, like I said, today. Yesterday, we were over at Hojo Power Sports. I want to remind some of the winners listening. They might be listening today. Deerbrook Golf Course passes we gave away yesterday to Kelly Curry of Kings Mountain, Adventure Landing tickets of Kings Mountain, Jeff Ellis of Shelby gave out some Balls T-shirts to Steve McKee and L.L. Dyer, Jam and Jay's gift certificate to Steve Foster, Red Box Movies to Frank M. Pena, from all of those folks from Shelby. DVDs, Kathy Grigg of Shelby and Tanyika Cannon of Gastonia. Hickory Crawdad tickets, guys. John Hamrick and Tim Sullard of Shelby. And gift card of $50 to James Grigg of Shelby. I want to thank everybody for coming out yesterday. Hojo Power Sports in Shelby. Tons. I mean, I think there was maybe 10 different manufacturers or something like that of lawnmowers out there. So you had a choice for the people watching at home. I just fixed your audio. Sorry about that, but it was echoing. I would guess. Y'all couldn't hear it, but I would guess it was for them. But good morning, everybody. How was your breakfast, Zach? You wolfed it down. You're working on dessert right now.
Yeah.
What'd you have from McDonald's of Cherryville?
I had a sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin. Very good.
Terry?
I had the same thing, and it was fantastic.
And I had a bacon, egg, and cheese McMuffin. And thank you, JB. He remembered that from last week when I said I wanted to switch to McMuffin. So kudos to you, JP, for remembering that, because I did the McGriddles for a while. I'm going to do McMuffins for a while. So delicious sandwiches.
What you eating this morning?
I had the same as Terry and Zach. I had a sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin.
All right. Well, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, McDonald's of Cherryville and our surrounding areas with Mr. Kuthan and the gang.
What did you have, Kevin?
Oh, I had a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit this morning, believe it or not. And so that was good. A couple of fun stuff to maybe look at and talk about this morning. How's you guys' week? Everybody doing good? And
yeah, I had a couple of.
Besides all the rainstorm.
Couple of fun baseball games. I hate I didn't get to do the Burns broadcast. They played Shelby last night. They win 9-2. I got to see how the seeding's coming out, Kevin, because I think Burns and Cherryville were tied above that conference. Do they go to max preps ratings to decide who gets the number one seed?
In what? The conference
baseball,
tournament?
yeah.
I mean, they're in different 1A, 2A.
But they're in the same conference.
Yeah,
they have a conference tournament. They're 17. See, the reason why
ain't that up to the conference commissioner, however that works?
I don't know. So like that's why
I'd give it to the team as the 1A because I mean, look, they excelled above the 2A team.
Well, the why it's interesting is
I agree, Terry.
Why it's interesting is if you are the 2 seed, then you have to play. If you're the 1 seed, you don't. So guess what you got to do? You got to burn one of those pitchers.
Yes, you sure do.
But you might play that old game.
I'd rather burn my 4th pitcher against the 9 seed.
But Kevin, when you do that,
then you take a chance.
There is one coach I remember his quote: "You can't win if you don't get there."
Exactly right.
That happened to us, and I'll never forget it. Happened to us in Little League.
It happened to us.
We had to. There was two of us teams that was pretty much even, and we knew that we couldn't. If we didn't pitch our best pitcher against this team, if we faced them in championship, then we wasn't going to win that same thing. So we pitched our 4th best pitcher. We just beat this team the last game of the season 20-1, and we went in the first game of playoffs, and they beat us.
What you want to do, though, I think the strategy in high school would be, okay, I might throw one of my good guys. I'm going to try to run rule you. You know what I mean? If I could run rule you and save some and just try to be efficient.
Tom, you're playing the worst team in the conference. You should.
Kevin, you just weird stuff. Weird stuff
happens to us. I'll never
baseball,
forget it.
Kevin.
I mean, think
you,
of
man,
it.
just
Once
weird,
you get to the playoffs, everybody
happens.
thinks, hey, we're 0-0. I mean,
weird stuff happens in the play. It's just weird stuff. And I
tell you what, if you lose your first game in the conference championship in the playoffs to the worst team, you're still going to make the playoffs.
Probably.
Okay, because you've already qualified for it.
Probably.
So you probably.
That's your team, Kevin?
Yes. This is my 12-year-old.
Well, there's Austin. Okay, I was looking for him, yeah.
That's why the Pittsburgh Pirates are in first place right now, Tom, because they're following the Shelby Pirates. But the reason I pulled this picture up is you'll notice that those aren't Pirates uniforms that they're wearing. Is that the jerseys hadn't come in yet due to poor planning by the commissioner Shannon Allen.
Let's go ahead and flame him out on the radio. Sorry, Shannon.
Where'd that school bus come from?
Sorry, Shannon.
My God.
Wait till you see who umpires your next game.
Yeah.
Wait till you see the umpires your next game.
But anyway, we just were supposed to wear whatever we want, Zach, we've got some nice jerseys actually at the church, but some of the older fellas have commandeered the nice jerseys with their names on them and everything. So we did have some old shirts that would fit the guys, and so we put them in the Hepzibah church.
These were 40-year-old.
40-year-old. Terry played probably against these shirts.
I did. I'm not gonna lie.
There's 82, 83 season shirts.
Quite a few times up here in Cherville.
I was 5 and Kevin was just born.
So, yeah, Tom. So, Terry has played against those actual jerseys right there. So,
what's with the kid over here on the right? He's got the mask of Zorro on there. Got the eye black all the way
he's got
down.
the Pugsley socks on from Adam's family.
He's got the war paint, and I know you can't tell it because it's the end of the game, but in the middle of it, Zach, he puts crosses in it. Christian crosses in the middle of it. But his whole face is John Randall.
It reminded me of a Sandlot movie.
It's illegal in high school, and I imagine for political reasons, I don't see what a big deal. I mean, I don't really think it's a big deal. It's just one of the things for the umpires to worry about.
It's not everything illegal in baseball. Usually about stuff like that is just because one coach complained about it and had nothing else to do other than teach his team.
And now umpire. You know what I'm so glad about the high school game now? Jewelry. As long as you don't have the Mr. T starter set, you can go out there and wear your jewelry.
You can.
I mean, it's like I don't really care. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but when you go lower down though, and you get into programs, Optimus and stuff like that, it's no jewelry.
Yeah,
you know, and you have to go around checking everybody. And
I'll say, sign a waiver.
Everybody's got to have a hat, and they can't go out there one guy not having a hat.
The question is always, who cares what the center fielder is wearing as far as that? But the question is always the pitching and stuff. Like you're pitching, you don't want the sun, hitting the gold chain.
You could make him take it off if it's distracting to the batter and reflective.
Diamonds.
Yeah, reflective sunglasses
and
are
all
illegal
it takes
in
is
baseball.
the coach just to ask, because then you got to go do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I wanted to show the guys here. We're gonna hopefully get some wins this year. It was an experiment the other night in our first game. A lot of these leagues, Terry, if you're not in a travel ball league, a lot of the kids haven't ever played. So I would say on that team, that's 11 and 12-year-old team, I have 3 12-year-olds, and 4 of the kids have never played. Wait a minute, it might be more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4 have never played baseball before. So out of the 12. So that's what me and Zach was talking pitching a little bit earlier. And one thing I'm not probably a fan of is the when we were growing up, I know, and I don't know if Little League still does it, but you can't lead off at 11 and 12. In the last few years, these teams, the leagues have started doing that. And so how do you it's hard enough to teach a kid how to pitch. Now at 11 and 12-year-olds, I got to teach him how to pick batters off and step off the mound. We're doing slow steals, early steals, late steals, pick off move, high leg kick, low leg kick, foot slide. And I'm just like, can you throw it over the plate? I've only got 6 innings here. And then while you're doing that, the other coaches are running around the bases. You walk a kid, it's a triple because the kid don't know how to stand on the mound. And so that's one thing that I've noticed as far about is this league is if you're trying to teach somebody or at this age.
They let them steal at that age?
You've always been able to steal. It used to be wait till you cross the plate. And
ball had to cross the plate, couldn't lead off.
Travel ball people have changed the game to where now everybody wants to be like them, so now you're leading off at 11 and 12. I don't like that at all. I played 11 and 12, and the bases were short enough to steal. I stole bases 11 and 12 when the ball got to the catcher. And, the leading off thing, it's a walks automatic double. Like any of my fast kids, my 10 hitter the other night stole second and third. I didn't even give him the sign. And he got to third. I said, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Well, I knew I could steal it." Okay, but I didn't give it. He goes, "I got it." First game.
Said, "Coach, look, I know what I'm doing."
I said, "I'll give you the green light next time, but let me give you the sign."
Terry, don't you hate that when it happens? It'll be like a first and second situation, and you don't think anybody's going anywhere, and then all of a sudden somebody takes off. Yeah. Or on a bunt. I tell you what happens on a bunt sometimes, Kevin. You'll see it. Somebody will bunt, and the guy's at first, and he's trying to get him over to second. He'll just round second like it's done. I mean, just keep on going. And then you got a quick turnaround and see that call at third. I saw that in a high school game the other night. But, yeah, they do. I see a lot of teams run themselves out of innings.
Yeah.
You know what I
mean?
mean?
You see players that they'll slide into third and they'll get up, and the coach say, "I'm telling you to stop," and he goes, "I made it."
Yeah, I mean, the way these kids, once upon a time, if you did that and you're standing third, or
you were out of the game,
or your coach would say, "Sub, sub."
Yep.
You know,
it would have happened.
But now it's like, well, we just let the kid. We need to listen to the kids.
I do want to
because we don't know anything.
I do want to give us, like I said, some kids that never played before. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Shout out, kid in the back with long hair. Aaron Thurman got his first. He's never played before baseball. Lefty. He's such a good athlete, Terry. I'm playing him at shortstop and leading him off, and he's never played before. Walks up, he struck out his first at bat. We talked about timing and stuff. Next at bat, lined one into left field, opposite field, lefty, and stole second and third. Scored on a chopper.
He's a lefty.
Yeah, and he played short lefty. Yeah. I mean, he was in that first game ever.
I've had that,
and he got the game ball. And I want to congratulate him on his first hit. I give the kid when they get their first hit that all the ones that have never played before, like if he would have got a hit there and then say my son had 4 homers in the game, the kid gets the game ball who's never had a hit before, and that's who I give them their first hit. You keep the ball. So he got his first hit and he's pretty excited about that. Go ahead about the lefty. I had a lefty catcher, a lefty third baseman, and a lefty shortstop, and Dad said that's not how you play baseball, Terry.
Well, I'm going to be honest. I've said the same thing, Calvin. Same thing. Even when my son was playing, and this is what I always go back to, my son's a lefty.
Yeah.
And when he started playing, and he was in 11 and 12s, they put him at short. And I'm like, what's this coach doing? I mean, I'm just over on the sideline. I'm not questioning anything because I'm like, you're the coach. I'm not going to get in your way. And he put him there, and him and another kid got in a little argument. And this is like third or fourth game into the season. And my son's playing short. The kid's on first. All of a sudden, there's a ball hit to him. I mean, for a lefty, it's pretty simple. I mean, they scoop and go across. My son don't overthrow to first. He underthrows to first. Comes from under, hits that kid right in the chest. Coming to second. And, and then he's out there. Now, I'm sitting up in the stand. I'm going, whose kid is that? I mean, like, that's not mine.
Yeah. Did they call the interference from first to second in the little leagues? Do they get that one?
I mean,
very often?
you got to get out of the way. I mean, they try to teach you that, but some kids, I mean, you're talking 11, 12, some of them's never played. They don't know to get out of the way.
Like I said, I can't get them standing in the batter's box. For we're worried about what read. Now I'm teaching them how to read the front leg on this, trying to steal second. I think it's a little bit too much.
Yeah, but, we had that a couple weeks ago where the guy he's just coming up and he tried to slide, but it was too late. And
boom. That's it.
You get hurt. I mean, somebody get hurt. Yeah.
And there's just so much in the little leagues that, and don't get me wrong, never forget where you come from. I always tell people that. I understand playing weekend ball, you're going to face better competition, et cetera, et cetera.
Not always.
Well, it all depends. And here's my deal with that. If I've got a kid and my kid's no good, but I got plenty of money, my kid can play anywhere.
Correct.
So
it's simple.
I don't have the video of it. I don't think I may, but I had a sportsmanship issue in the 8-year-olds, and I don't want to. I'm not pointing anybody out, but I do want to say to you to parents and everybody out there, winning in a little league game is not the most important thing in the world, and the coaches that take it that serious, like brag about how many games you've won as a coach, you shouldn't be coaching. You're doing it way for the wrong reasons. And
I want the team to get better from the start to the end. You know what I'm saying?
What about character development, responsibility, teamwork, cooperation?
Yeah.
That's what little leagues are supposed to be.
Supposed to be.
I want to make sure everybody keeps that in mind, especially with the umpires and referees. Did you? I may have the video. I'm looking at my likes, see if I did like it or not. There was a fight in a high school game where the team that won, I guess they swept the season series, and the guy in the front of the line brought a broom to the handshake line and swept off the plate before he started shaking hands. The broom gets taken from his hands, and there's a lot of
What coach would let his player do that?
Again, you don't know if it was let, but it was,
You can see the kid going out with the broom. I remember when I was like, you take that broom out, give me your jersey.
Yeah.
I mean, that's when I coached, that's the way it was.
Yeah, a lot of the coaches would do us like, that's what it should be.
I had a kid, love the kid, cussed the teacher. You do anything else, you're done.
Yeah.
A week later, did the same thing. You're done. I mean, what happened to that? Sometimes you do the kid more good than, but now it just seems, and if that kid brought that broom out to the home plate, he's done some stupid stuff before.
I see it. Yeah. You got it.
He's done some stupid stuff before. I mean, what happened?
I mean,
what happened to coaches?
Yeah, you try to teach them every time. That's like, if you're going to bring us into our dugout, then at the end of the game, pick up all your trash and put it in the trash can before we leave, or we're not leaving. I mean, it's simple stuff that you got to teach young kids coming up.
And it's like, nope, all that matters whether we win or lose.
I mean, I look at it like this. It's like going into a lunchroom now. How many times do you see kids just leave their stuff for, the custodians will get it? That's wrong. Take it to the trash can.
You see, but I think these coaches feel so much pressure to win that they can't discipline the way they need to. Sometimes a kid needs to go home. I mean, sometimes the best thing that happen to you is you get fired from a job, because you learn.
You learn fast.
I was trying to find out.
And they don't have the and now they on top of that, they don't have the amount of kids coming out to play as they used to have them back lined up. And you were talking about earlier where the kid made it third base and stood up. So I made it. Our coach would pull aside and said, "What about the other 20 times that you wasn't going to make it? If you don't listen to me, you're going to sit down."
Or calmly tell them, "You're out the rest of this game." You do that, you mouth off again. You're not playing the next game. You mouth off again. Just turn your stuff in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but now, like the kid, I remember in a game, I told a kid, he mouthed off to me as the game was over. I said, "Watch your mouth, kid." And I heard the daddy say, "You watch your mouth." That's the problem.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the problem. Because why is the kid going to act like that? Because you, Dad, are setting the example. That's why he's going to act like that.
Now, sometimes Mama set the examples, and here's an example. In 1957, Lee Petty and Tiny Lund got in a fight on a stage during driver introductions prior to a 250-lap race on the 1/3 mile fairgrounds track in Greensboro. Lund at 6'5", 275 is pummeling the lanky Lee Petty. His teenagers at the time, Richard Petty and Maurice Petty, race to their father's rescue. Lund whips them too. Elizabeth Petty now storms the stage, hits Lund over the head with her purse, which includes a .38 pistol revolver, lumping Lund's head full of knots. In 1957, Mama taking care of it with her pistol in her handbag. When we come back, we'll talk Talladega and Dover on KTC Broadcasting.
They are there when you need them. We're talking about Shelby Heating and Air, where their customers come first. No matter the weather or the temperature, they'll be there to make sure you're comfortable. Ask about their safety furnace checkup for $99. Plus, ask about their up to $750 in rebates on select products. That's Shelby Heating and Air. Call 704-487-7877. Online at shelbyheating.com. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too. They are there when you need them. Divinity Urban of Kings Mountain High School is this month's McDonald's KTC Broadcasting whatsupshopper.com Scholar Athlete of the Month. Divinity is a senior at Kings Mountain and is the daughter of Larry and Diana Irvin. She's a distance runner in the cross-country team and runs indoor track. Divinity has a 4.4688 grade point average with advanced courses of band, chemistry, English, and science. She's a member of the Kings Mountain Marching Band and Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Divinity is a member of the Long Shoals Wesleyan Church and serves as a preschool teacher. She also is a volunteer to the Soup Kitchen, tutors at West Elementary, and is a volunteer for Murphy's Toy Run. After graduation, Divinity plans to attend Southern Western University and major in elementary education. The McDonald's KTC Broadcasting WhatsUpShopper.com Scholar Athlete Award is to recognize a student athlete not only for accomplishments in athletics, but also for overall achievements in the classroom and for overall school and community citizenship.
Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota L-Series is part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. They feature powerful Kubota diesel engines and easy operation. The durable Kubota L-Series. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Your Kubota dealer is Parker Farm Service, located at 126 Bessie Drive on Oak Grove Road at the Highway 74 bypass in Kings Mountain.
Full Throttle Power Sports in Gastonia has just gotten a whole lot bigger, and we mean a whole lot bigger. They've just purchased MS Power Sports in Gastonia and are now your dealer for Honda, Suzuki, and Kawasaki, along with CF Moto, Yamaha, and Polaris. Golf carts too. One big dealer under one big roof, plus a complete parts and service department at Full Throttle Power Sports, located at 101 Indian Walk off I-85 in Lowell, online at ncfullthrottle.com, and see their page at whatsupshopper.com.
The Cherryville Golf and Country Club has new renovations and will be expansion on golf. Having a wedding reception? Cherryville Golf and Country Club banquet room is the place for it. Private parties, birthday parties, and corporate events. Cherryville Golf and Country Club, 200 Club Drive, Cherryville. Call 704-435-6597.
It's time to head to the mountains. Crowder's Mountain Golf Course, that is. The new winter rates are now in. Play and ride 18 holes Monday through Friday for just $25. Seniors just $22. On weekends, play and ride 18 holes for $35 and seniors just $30. And ladies, your day is Monday. Ladies play and ride on Mondays for only $20 at the Crowder's Mountain Golf Course. 255 Lincoln Academy Road, Kings Mountain, at the foot of beautiful Crowder's Mountain. For tee times, call 704-739-7681.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Talk with Kevin, Zach, Tom, and Terry. There. Apparently, they don't realize I forgot to say last ad, so that's all me.
God.
But we want to remind our listeners about 704-487-7877. Shelby Heating and Air for all your heating and air needs. Tom?
All right, Shelby Heating and Air. Once again, 704-487-7877. Online, shelbyheating.com.
All I know is Terry's a fan of the brushback pitch.
Right.
We're going to Dover.
Yeah.
This is the big, 1985 big rig 200, Tom.
That's cool.
This is the, I don't think they've took the green flag. I think this is the warm-up lap, and then they're about to take the green flag. But for the folks listening on the air, you can watch every Saturday on YouTube. We got some fun things to watch and highlights, and I had to pull up some things.
This is Dover. This is the light guy. They're highlighting him, ready to turn it green. Oh, and there's the green flag, and off they go. The big rig.
Look at all that black smoke.
I'd hate a bit on that turn right there. You'd be choking to death.
The whole front stretch.
Like,
Everybody's
who's winning, guys?
Choking on black smoke right
Well, the EPA's losing their mind looking at this one. This probably raised the planet temperature 1 degree by itself.
But don't that look fun? But besides the smoke, would you want to watch that?
I would not want to be the guy
I wouldn't
behind.
want to be there.
Oh, look at him. He's choking.
If I'm out front, I'm great.
Third and fourth place, you're just eating smoke there the whole time.
I'm not breathing all that stuff. Sure, those guys' life expectancy dropped by 3 or 4 years after this game. I mean, you might
look at that.
No,
that
was just a bad idea.
That's a bad idea.
The flag guy can't even see turn fourth.
That's it.
You need a gas mask just to drive.
I mean, how you gonna? Even if you had video evidence, how you gonna see who wins that thing?
Yeah, I hope it's not a close call at the
That's
line.
what I'm talking about.
You won't be able to tell who won with the photo finish. All right, well, they're in Dover this week. Terry, last week you were talking a little bit Talladega.
Huh? What? What can we say?
Nothing.
What can we say, Tom? What can we say, Tom?
Tom, I'll tell you what we can say. I got you.
Busch.
2 of Kyle Busch's last 3 wins, the first and second place cars in front of him wrecked.
I could care less. It's all about a W, no matter how you get it.
Sometimes, Terry, the tortoise wins the race, don't he?
Telling you.
Tortoise beats the hare sometimes.
Kyle
2 of his last 3 wins.
You knew it was going to happen,
First
though.
and second
I mean,
place
you watch
cars
it. You see him on
wreck
that last
each other.
lap. You know it's going to happen. You know he's going to block, and he slides up and he gets pushed out of the way.
That's it.
This
I
is
mean,
what
I'm
happened. I
sorry.
knew it was coming. There ain't no way he could have made that block. I'm talking about Bubba. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. But now, if you watch the race, I loved it because Kyle Busch never was up at the front hardly. He was always around, I'd say 10th and back.
Mm-hmm.
He always never was running for the lead, and then all of a sudden at the end, it's just, what do you think about it, Tom? Just tell me. Just tell me. Say the king.
How many wins is that for
The
Kurt now?
new king.
The new king.
200.
Yeah.
How many?
He's got to stop with that, man. That's such blasphemy.
There's no king of NASCAR now because it seems like a different car wins about every week.
It's way over 220, Tom. I believe, let's see, Richard only had 200. Yeah, that's right.
Hey,
200.
I do have a trivia question for you, Terry. I got a NASCAR trivia question. In fact, I'll give away Darlington tickets today. 2 Darlington tickets
There
away
you
for
go.
anyone who can. And today, I'm going to give them away on the internet later if y'all can't get this right. So here's the trivia question of the day. Name the only 2 drivers in NASCAR history. Okay? Name the only 2 drivers in NASCAR history. I'm going to tell the names at the end of the show. Y'all make sure y'all remind me. That have more wins than did not finishes. There's only 2 in NASCAR history with more wins than did not finishes. And I'm going to give a hint. One of them is active. More wins than did not finish. If you think you know the answer to that question, give JP a call, 704-435-2845, and you can win 2 tickets to Darlington next weekend. All 3 races, Truck Series, Xfinity Series, and NASCAR Cup Series, 2 tickets to them all. Darlington, 704-435-2845. The only 2 drivers in NASCAR history with more wins than did not finishes, okay? Now, do you guys, I don't even want you to guess yet. I'll let you guess here in a minute at the end of the segment. Maybe write it down. We'll do something. I don't want to tip anybody off yet, or maybe that might try to win. So that's your trivia question of the day. The only 2 drivers in NASCAR history with more wins than did not finishes. I ain't gonna give that one yet. I'll tell that one. I'll tell the boys in the break what it is. But Kyle Busch, of course, wins at Talladega. Ryan Blaney second. Buescher ended up third. Briscoe fourth. Keselowski fifth. Eric Jones sixth. And I kind of wanted to go to Eric Jones while we're talking about Darlington. They've announced his car, and of course, guys, the throwback. Richard Petty, STP, is joining in on the for Darlington throwback weekend, so that they'll be driving the original STP with the petty orange. That's actually an orange. You know that, Tom? Paint scheme. So excited about that. Now, do you notice anything different though, Terry? I don't know if you can maybe pick it out. That's different on this paint scheme that was back on the originals that may have something to do with now.
No.
All right.
I mean,
So it's small. It's small. I didn't know if you would. So the parts that go around the driver's doors, all that's black, and there's a little Legacy Club logo there on the window. So that is the Legacy Club ownership's sign symbol for these cars when they're doing these different paint schemes. Is that they're going to keep the window? I guess I don't know what it's called, the window housing or whatever it is around the top. That part black because that's the team colors and logos. So that'll be black and gold in that area. It's nothing you'd ever notice if you didn't know. Like any other like regular fan would never know to look at something like that. But that part is not painted the petty blue. So maybe some petty fans would know. They did on the internet. I promise you that was plenty of chatter on that. So. All right, there's your Talladega result. Any other comments about the Talladega race, guys? Comments, suggestions, concerns?
Kyle Busch.
That's all you. That's just two
all
words.
you gotta say.
Words, Terry.
The king of racing.
Nothing else. No comments about the
Chase
race.
Elliott made his
debut
or second. Come back. My son was happy about that. He did come in and watch it a little bit with me. I thought he had a chance to. He won that first. I think he won the first. Run
stage.
Thank you. I was trying to think heat, but
what do you think, Terry, about that wreck of Kyle Larson?
He got hit
in
hammered.
the side. It busted his door, and the NASCAR fans but the driver's side door is reinforced like way.
It's
much
amazing
more. It's
what NASCAR has done for safety.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I do not care. I'm gonna tell you what. Now, there's two things. That I was very amazed of how hard he hit him.
Yeah.
And for it to break it, I don't care who you sitting on the other side. You felt that.
Was it
the driver probably felt it more than Larson probably.
Well, I was about to say, have y'all seen the in-car camera?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
they showed it. They showed it right after the wreck, and it was like, woo.
Yeah, that part of it was amazing. And here we go back again to Ross Chastain doing something stupid.
What'd he do?
As he does all the time on the field.
What'd he do?
Of racing.
He's the Draymond Green of racing.
Well, I mean, he tried to go between two guys. He had
was
no room.
Between them.
He had no room.
They come
period.
down. He come down on.
I don't even want to hear that.
What are you talking
That's
about?
That's wrong.
Terry?
That is totally wrong.
Gosh, here we go.
The man did something, and then he about takes out half the field. I'm like, good job, buddy. You continuously
when you're racing,
do
and
something.
the guy in front of you goes up to the third lane, and you're sitting in the second lane. Do you not just keep going in the second lane?
No, because I'm
That's
coming
what
down to
Chastain
get him. No, he didn't. That's out.
Terry is incredulous.
He hates Chastain for some reason. He's one of those people.
He's like that. If he really likes somebody, it doesn't matter what they do. But if he hates
kick
somebody,
him in the manhood.
I mean, if he hates somebody, he could save a busload
take a gap in a race. You're an evil person.
Yeah.
If you go around
from a burning car accident,
well, Tom, there's two people I don't like right now, for sure. He's one of them, and that's been since last year he first come in.
Right.
And the other one, it's the baloney. So that's all I got to say.
What did he just say? What did he just say?
The baloney.
So baloney.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
He plays for Sacramento.
Sabonis?
Oh.
I know we're not talking about it yet, but I can't wait to talk about that other kid for Sacramento. It was raining threes like crazy last night. We got to talk about that.
He's not your Vetus. He's not my Vetus. He's our Vetus. But that's your Damontis.
Sabonis does foul out of every game.
What did you say his name was?
Sabaloni.
Spaghetti.
Sabaloni.
Oh my goodness. Well, Tom, this is my contention that Chastain stayed in his lane in the car in front of him. You see the BAC car in front of you?
Yeah.
That's not Chastain. He's the one right behind him.
Okay.
And then Kyle Larson is the one right behind him.
So this is
I think Larson was pushing Chastain.
Just watch. What do you expect the other guy to do? Like, let you through? No, that's not my job.
Why did he go high?
All right, he
Tom,
got a better kick
this.
coming down the back. He hits him, he bumps him, he says, okay, I'm coming through. This guy says, no.
They tried to hang him out.
You just bumped me to the outside,
Yes,
and
you
now
bumped him,
you're going to try to come through me.
Does he have the lane, Tom? He's got his left tire, Terry.
It's tight.
Everybody else is in line.
See, but you're trying to win a race here. You know what I mean? You're trying
This
to
is
win a
overtime,
race.
isn't it?
Yeah. You're trying to win a race.
I don't care.
Are you saying Kyle Busch wouldn't have done that right there?
Ross Chastain should be.
Are you saying Kyle Busch would have
saying
done that
Dale
right there?
Earnhardt wouldn't have done that?
That's what he's saying. Like, it's just silly.
Yeah, but those guys could drive. This guy cannot drive.
So Kyle Busch is actually in fourth in this, and if Chastain wouldn't have done this, Terry, Kyle Busch wouldn't have won the race, so you should be happy, right?
That's beyond the point. Beyond the point here.
Say, thank you, Ross, for winning the race for Kyle. You should look at the camera
Just
and say
watch
that.
him. Just watch him.
I've already. That's all you need right there. There's the lane.
Keep on
Has
going.
he wrecked him yet, Terry? Has he wrecked yet?
Do you think I'm giving him that lane? No, I'm coming down, buddy. Nope,
Yeah.
that's not yours.
Tom, whose fault is that?
You know, you would say that's Chastain, but he's trying to win a race. He's trying. He's trying to win a
okay.
race.
Good job, buddy.
He's trying.
How many times last year did
Terry,
you try
Terry,
and just destroy
You're
other
bunched
people's
up
cars?
at the end of the race.
Hold
You're
on.
going to try to win the race, Terry.
Right. Is the 5 car not pushing on Chastain right there?
They all could have caused a wreck there. Look at them. They're all there
Bubba's
together.
pushing on Kyle Busch.
Oh, so now you're saying Larson's pushing?
He is
Chastain.
pushing him.
Larson's
Well, they
in
all
the 5, right?
Right.
Larson's
They're
in the
all
5.
But
He's
now
pushing on.
wait a minute.
But true or
your
false,
fourth
there's
car up there is the man, and he's not pushing nobody. He's staying back.
Because he's getting pushed, Terry. You either
You
push
know?
or get pushed. Ross is getting pushed. Kyle's getting pushed. Thanks for making the argument. So is the 12 and 1. They're in 2x2 formation basically right now, except the 42 don't have a friend, and they're bumping him out of the way. True or false? There's a lane there, Zach.
Yeah, after you bumped him up,
There
they
is a
are.
lane.
Right, and he
They
didn't wreck
are.
him until right here. Listen,
Yeah.
I like
down.
Gregson. He's wrong here. He should have
He
ate it.
didn't want to get hung out.
He was hung out, and he should have ate it.
Yep, he didn't want to get hung
He
out.
messed up, and he got hung out. Now watch the Kyle Busch. Have you seen this wreck, Tom?
No.
Oh, this wreck is this.
Somebody was sore the next day, maybe 2 people.
So there's Priest's car.
Priest is
Yeah.
I'm
probably
gonna show you
sorer
the
than Larson.
in-car camera.
Yeah,
and
the
just see if
in-car,
they
this
show.
is boom.
I don't know if they'll show the actual. If this is all just Chastain, if they show Kyle or not. Kyle Busch bumps Kyle Larson there, and he bumps.
so
then
Larson-
he bumps Chastain.
Larson goes
So
down.
Kyle Busch started it all.
Well, he
He
backed
started
off.
the chain of
did.
Larson
reaction.
goes down, you'll see, and he's going to come back up into the middle and watch. He's going to get T-boned right. Boom! But it was
about 180.
They do it
Wasn't
on
it?
it. They do it.
Oh, it's in slow motion.
They do it in Priest's
Here's the in-car camera.
Here
Zach,
we go.
If you would hit it now.
Scenario. Well, don't forget.
Look at that.
I told you
Tell
that's
me
a hard
that
hit.
didn't hurt. Jerk the whole body.
You
back.
think these boys ain't tough? I'm telling you, it's a hard hit. Oh, I told you.
Knocks his shield up.
Oh, I told you that's a
He
hard
didn't see
hit.
it, Tom. So let's see if they'll show the in-car.
I told you that's a hard hit.
So that's him sliding up the track and getting hit.
No,
That's him. That's the
coming
T-bone.
up.
That's the T-bone.
Yeah, okay.
He didn't see the car.
You think
come up
these
the track
boys ain't
until
tough?
he
I'm
hit
telling
him.
you, that's a shot.
I'm telling you, he is.
See if they show.
He is going to be sore tomorrow.
I don't think so. He said he was
A
okay.
fork?
He did say it's the hardest.
just was
hit
a
he's ever
bad
had in his
scenario.
life in any type of.
That might be one of the hardest NASCAR hits they've had.
Yeah.
There's not many, Terry, where you're hitting someone T-bone them at 180.
No.
'Cause
And
you-
for it to
you-
knock your shield back up,
Right.
Yeah. And
you
there
know
wasn't
the
nothing.
force of that.
There wasn't nothing he could do. He just kind of come back up the track. One of them things where somebody's getting hit.
No, like there was no. The people are arguing whether he should have been lifting or on the gas right there. But if you lift, the guys behind you
Right.
are going to run
Yeah.
right over you too.
It's kind of like if you remember the Days of Thunder movie, they
Right.
say drive through the smoke. You know what I'm saying? When you can't
All right,
see,
here
you
we
just
go.
drive
Tom,
through.
here's the
Here we go, Tom. Watch this.
on top of the camera. I ain't got no sound on it though.
You may turn it.
Like you're going really, guys in the grass. You ain't looking at
Boom!
You wouldn't have to. It wouldn't matter.
him. No,
Goodness. That's about the worst broadside hit you can take.
I mean, you're lucky that was not on the driver's side.
Yeah.
all right,
That
Zach.
would not have been good.
Yeah, well, that's what they were talking. But the there's a. So let's look at Larson's car. Did you see that where it busted it?
It broke the and it's not supposed to be able to break that.
I know.
Well,
it actually, I don't know if it broke it or it bent it a pretty good
I
bit.
thought it broke it.
It broke it did break some of the bars. Let's see if I can get you a good picture of it for the guys.
Tell you what, if that
online.
happens maybe 20 years ago, somebody might not
Yeah,
be going.
I agree.
I agree.
Because it might have snapped your neck.
So you see the bars been up in it, and it went through the busted through the bottom there. But that's what I'm saying. Like, with that said, Larson didn't get hurt. Priest didn't get hurt. There's not any other scenario, Terry, in NASCAR where you're going to have a harder hit than that. No other tracker going faster that you're going to T-bone somebody like that. So I think the car in general did a great job at what it's supposed to do.
I think it really did, but it's scary to think if it would have been reversed.
Well, that's what you're thinking, but it's different. Let me show you.
They say that it's more reinforced on that side. They talked a little bit after the wreck, but it's still, man, you're going to feel that too. Even if it's reinforced, could you imagine the?
I mean, at least a hit like that's a hit. You're at least a little bit away from sharing all that impact.
Force.
But if it been on your side, what kind of a hit would that have been?
I'm trying to find the inside of it real quick. Real quick, Terry, you want to talk any more on Dover, anything right now about the Monster Mile or anything while I look this up?
Not really. I mean, you do go on to there's so many different tracks that we go to now. I mean, it's just the next one in line, then Darlington's next week. But two good races here for a lot of people. I mean, this is one of Jimmy Johnson's favorite tracks that he ever went to, but for
some reason I can't
pull up the roll cage. Maybe pull up roll cage, NASCAR roll cage.
That's basically what killed Dale Earnhardt. It was just the impact.
Yeah.
Well, his neck went forward. So when you saw Priest, what happened? Dale Earnhardt basically would have died in that wreck right there as Priest, not Larson.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
His head snapping forward. That they have to say did his job perfectly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if you hit, like I said, you hit at that speed, that's
hit that wreck. That impact might have been worse than Dale's because Dale took it at a glance. He took it at a.
Dale got turned straight into the wall.
Yeah, Dale kind of just said,
it didn't even look that bad.
No, it did not. I mean, I watch it over and over on replays, and it was just like he just kind of turned into the wall.
Yeah.
But they say he was bad about just being real lax in the car.
Mm-hmm.
They've been some reports on how he would do stuff.
Daredevil.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I'm trying to look something up. I mean,
Where were we going this week? Dover?
Yeah, we're going
to Dover.
Be at Dover this week.
Jimmy Johnson going to give him a win. That's his track.
He's not ready.
He's not ready.
He's not going to be there this week. So.
That's his favorite track, isn't it?
One of his favorites.
Yeah.
There in Martinsville.
Dover schedule. That should have been easy to find. NASCAR. I'm gonna just NASCAR. I've seen tons of pictures on the internet this week. What would you say?
Roll cage. In the new gen car, or whatever they call it, next gen car.
Hard to find. You can never find something when you're actually looking for it.
After we leave here, you'll pull it right up.
But if you Google cell phone on your phone, you'll get 96 advertisements for one.
Yeah.
Till you buy it.
There's the drivers. There's the difference.
Yeah.
You can clearly it's still reinforced on the driver's side. So the other side's got the bars. So the bars are on the inside of that plus a steel reinforced casing for the driver. So there it's a little bit different. So I don't know if that would have made Priest's feeling it worse because he wouldn't have went into the door any, but I'm not that much of a scientist to know. Zach, you're on top of that, right?
Yeah. Pretty impressive. I mean, you're racing in a tank.
That looks like Marty McFly's DeLorean being put together there, doesn't it? I mean, it sort of has a little. That's what I thought. I was like, is that Emmett Brown reconstructing the DeLorean?
You wouldn't think that was a NASCAR time if that was sitting in the street.
I would not.
But there you go. That's the base. That's the base of what a NASCAR looks like. The next gen car looks like. and they work around it.
Well, I'm telling you, that one, and who was the guy in the real bad wreck in Daytona a couple years back?
Ryan Newman. Upside down.
Yeah. I mean, you see some of these wrecks now.
And ain't really seen anything from Newman since then, have we? I mean, honestly, did he just hang
well,
it up? Or,
you're gonna have a come to Jesus after that.
Yeah.
That was probably the scariest wreck I've ever saw.
You might say, I got enough money. I'll be okay. I can find me something a little less dangerous to do.
All right, here's the schedule for this weekend. We've got practice and qualifying today. Starts at 10:30 and 11:20 for the NASCAR Cup teams. Xfinity Series today. Driver introductions at 1:30. A game 200. That's on KTC Broadcasting 92.9 FM. If you're listening on the radio to this voice, you can hear the Xfinity race today, 1:30. And then tomorrow, drivers meetings at 12:15. Red carpet walkout at 12:25. The introduction is 12:30. 1 p.m. is the scheduled race time. I would guess green flag 1:15. It's 1:30. It's always later than whatever it says. The Worth 400. Well, if it's going to rain, they somehow always manage to start on time, Terry, when it's going to rain. Yeah. Like when the clouds are there, 3 o'clock, it says 3 o'clock at green flags at 2:58. But if it ain't going to rain, it's more like 1:17, Tom. It's weird how that happens.
Yeah, I know.
All right. You guys, any other comments, questions, picks for this? I know we don't have qualifying yet, so there's nothing really to pick. Other than, is Kyle Busch going to win this week, Terry?
No, probably not. He won last
pick
week.
him every week.
He'll let somebody else
Larson's going to bounce back and win here.
Chastain going to win this week, Terry?
No.
Okay. We'll be back.
He hates Ross Chastain.
We'll be back with KTC Broadcasting.com.
They are there when you need them. We're talking about Shelby Heating and Air, where their customers come first. No matter the weather or the temperature, they'll be there to make sure you're comfortable. Ask about their safety furnace checkup for $99. Plus, ask about their up to $750 in rebates on select products. That's Shelby Heating and Air. Call 704-487-7877. Online at shelbyheating.com. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too. They are there when you need them.
Kathy Moore, the new owner of Papa's Pizza to Go in Cherryville, invites you to come see them. They are now open 11 a.m. till 9 p.m., Sunday through Thursday, 11 to 10, Friday and Saturday nights. Dine in or take out at Papa's Pizza to Go. Just call 704-435-6335 and enjoy their big buffet on Wednesdays and Sundays from 11 a.m. until 7:30. It's all you can eat. Check out their new menu with pizza, subs, wings, salads, and more. And check out the new games, too, in the game room. Papa's Pizza to Go, 1002 East Main Street in Cherryville. Online at papaspizzatogo.com and like them on Facebook, too.
The Lincoln Country Club has been challenging golfers since 1946 with tree-lined fairways, ponds, creeks, and sand bunkers. Select from 4 sets of tees to play from. Give them a call at 704-735-1382. Again, 704-735-1382. The Lincoln Country Club, 2052 Country Club Road in Lincoln. Visit their website at golflcc.com. The big 4th anniversary sale is continuing at Kurt's Premium Outlet in Eastridge Mall in Gastonia. Big 40 by 40 inch assorted ottomans are $199.95. Big living room sectionals are now $7.99. Sofas are $4.49. Kurt's Premium Outlet has bar cabinets $99 in the box, and dining tables and chair sets start at $99.95 in the box. Check out their cleaning supplies too. Save big during the 4th anniversary celebration going on now at Kurt's Premium Outlet in Eastridge Mall on North New Hope Road in Gastonia. See their page on whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too.
April is Credit Union Youth Month. Let's celebrate the spirit of the credit union movement and unleash the power of savings at Carolina Federal Credit Union in Cherryville. During April, Carolina Federal Credit Union is celebrating Youth Month in many ways, including depositing the first amount into youth savings accounts. Contact Carolina Federal Credit Union for more information or visit the website at carolinafcu.org/Youth Month. Carolina Federal Credit Union, 1200 East Church Street in Cherryville. It's springtime at Jumpin' Jed's in Falston. Come see the new spring decor, including Billy Jacobs prints, items by local artisans, furniture, and don't forget, Mother's Day is May 14th. Jumpin' Jed's has some great Mother's Day gift ideas. And while you're there, relax on the front porch, enjoy the breeze with a cup or cone of Hershey's ice cream, featuring new flavors including strawberry cheesecake and butter brownie batter. Jumpin' Jed's, downtown Falston, right across from the Sammy Event Center. Open 10 to 6 Tuesday through Friday, 9 to 3 on Saturday. Like them on Facebook too.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang. They're talking a little bit more about sports. I don't know what they're good at. They just talked about racing. I don't know what they're going to do now.
And JP's on top of it. You know what?
He's good at reading the Daily Ledger.
704-487-7877, Shelby Heating and Air. Tom?
Right. Check them out online, shelbyheating.com. One more time, 704-487-7877 for all your heating and air needs. Kevin.
Brighten up Tom's camera just a little bit there. He needs a little light in his life. All right, Zach.
Yeah, I'm
He's
glad
so
you
worried
moved
about
over, Tom.
Nobody's looking at my ugly mug.
I'm glad we always, come and dressed in our KTC attire today, and
we did.
Carries the oddball.
Well,
I just noticed it on the picture.
with the number 1 pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select, according to Andre Bush, a Pop Warner player.
This was the number 1 recruit coming out of high school. He's won the Heisman Trophy. Why is everybody just discounting him because he's 5'10" and 200?
Because of his height.
Because Muggsy Bogues don't go number 1 overall.
Different.
He's about the same size as Drew Brees, right?
No. Drew Brees is 2 inches taller.
No, Drew Brees is not.
Drew Brees is 6 foot tall. Bryce Young is 5'10".
I tell you what, I hate Alabama. I hate Nick Saban. I would not care if Alabama never won a football game ever again. But I just think all the hate towards this kid is just kind of.
It's not hate.
It's just being realistic.
Yeah.
I mean,
now you got to factor in football IQ
Terry,
too.
He's been the biggest fan of Kyler Murray the past 3 years.
Yeah.
I've not been a fan of Kyler Murray.
Tom's loved him.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? You guys exaggerate.
Kyler Murray is going to be the greatest thing ever.
He's loved Kyler Murray.
And that son continues to lose.
You're dumb.
He loves
This is dumb. Never sound.
So this same height, and you think he's going to be a success?
I've never ever. He's not same height. He's 2 inches taller.
Let me ask you a question. If the Cardinals called the Browns today and offered Kyler Murray for Deshaun Watson, would you want him to take it?
Well, yeah, because
I see.
Yeah, well, just because.
Terry.
I don't. Can you imagine?
Kyler Murray's not even good.
Can you imagine the fact that Deshaun Watson is going to take it every single game he goes to?
He's already played. Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of like. I don't know.
I just feel bad, and don't get me wrong. I understand Carolina got who they say they wanted.
I would trade Watson for him right now. Go ahead
for Young.
Mm-hmm. I would.
Stroud should have been their first pick. I do not understand, and maybe I'm not, and maybe other people have a lot of criteria they can show me of why they took him.
They're worried about Stroud's IQ, but I didn't see him make a lot of bad reads, and he didn't throw a lot of interceptions. I don't really understand where that's coming from.
In my opinion, they overvalue stuff that happens at the combine and these things like that instead of on-field tape.
Yeah, I mean,
same thing with Richardson.
Yeah,
I think the Panthers put that out because they're taking Bryce Young.
Yeah, it might have been.
Me and Zach sit here and I can probably. I don't know if I can still.
He's gonna pull up the rundown of these guys basically.
And I'm gonna read this to you.
Stroud's was it had accolades and the guy here was like really no accolades to it.
So I'm gonna read you Bryce Young and Stroud's pre-draft analysis, okay, and see just who would you take or who's writing this stuff. Young is a fast processor with quick release and touch to lead receivers to yards after the catch. Rare poise. No moment is too big for him, and he rarely makes mental errors. He's a pocket passer first, but Young has the mobility to extend plays and effectively run or scramble. He's held up well, except for a shoulder injury. And even though he has a short linear frame by NFL quarterback standards. All right.
Now you got to remember, ESPN is the SEC network.
C.J. Stroud is the best pure pocket passer in the 2023 draft. He sees the whole field and is decisive. His timing as a thrower is outstanding. He has a smooth delivery. There isn't a throw he'll need to make that he can't deliver with authority. He has a unique feel for trajectory, layers the ball beautifully, and has a large catalog of remarkably accurate throws under pressure. He needs to continue to improve his strength and show more willingness to run the football and extend plays with his feet. Now, which one of those sounded like a football evaluation? Which one of them sounded like a PR evaluation?
I would take Stroud.
Terry,
I still
read
want
those
Stroud.
two to you.
Now, that being said, I would have taken Stroud, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, they act like, I guess people are acting like Bryce Young is garbage.
I'm not saying he's garbage.
I'm not saying he's garbage. I'm
There's a
worried that he's
difference
going to get
between
hurt.
Garbage and mediocre.
I'm worried he's going to get hurt.
If I tell you you're one of the top 30 quarterbacks on the planet, is that a insult?
No.
Okay. He's one of the top 32 quarterbacks on the planet.
Well, so, I mean,
he might be 31.
You can't
but
say
he's one of the top 31.
You can't say anything until he takes a snap in a real game. I mean, that's when you start evaluating. What's he going to do?
You're right. I agree with every bit
And
of
I
that.
hope the Panthers are right for my sake, because I like the Panthers. But I would rather have the bigger guy in there. And Kevin, even made an argument for Will Levis as being the big guy that he is. Could he develop like Josh Allen? Josh Allen came out in that draft and developed into what he is today. He wasn't ready. So
if you watch some of the throws Stroud makes, and that was accurate in there. Now that kid can make a throw. Now I'm just telling you, cross the field, whatever. I mean,
Kevin talked about this.
I just read a scout report. Like, if I don't have to see anything other than that scout report, why would I pick Bryce?
We talked about this too on the show the other day when we was doing it. They knock him versus Young because he had a more elite talent he was throwing to. And Kevin's like, who wouldn't want to throw to good wide receivers? Who wants to throw the bad wide receivers?
They had elite wide receivers at Alabama too. I don't know what they're talking about. Didn't they have two get drafted in the first round last year? Where does that come from?
Right.
Where does that come from?
So I mean, and Stroud did have really good wide receivers, but I mean, who wouldn't want to have that?
I know.
He's gonna be throwing the good wide receivers in the NFL.
He is.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna be throwing the scrubs.
It's not because he's been practicing with good wide receivers.
God.
For Stroud, he's always had great wide receivers with Smith and Jigba, didn't even play.
Right.
I mean,
Shortest other quarterbacks in the NFL are 5'10". Kyler Murray, Doug Flutie was 5'10". Davey O'Brien back in 1940 was 5'7", and Eddie LeBaron was 5'7". So he's got some other quarterbacks that have been his height. Other quarterbacks. Let's go to 5'11". Russell Wilson was 5'11". Sonny Jurgensen was 5'11".
Russell Wilson was what now? 5'11". Yeah, he's done great at Denver.
Pat Hayden 5'11". Seneca Wallace 5'11".
See, there's where all this messes up because
and then Fran Target
we want to talk about Russell. But at Denver, he's been nothing. That's why I
there's
keep
only
telling
there's
people
only 8 quarterbacks.
Metcalf and Lockett made Russell.
There's only 8 quarterbacks in NFL history under 6 foot tall, counting Kyler Murray. So we'll see how
that can't be.
I'm looking at it, Tom.
That can't be. There's got to be more than
Tom,
that.
there's facts. And right there's facts.
Are you arguing with StadiumTalk.com, shortest NFL quarterbacks of all time? I gave you the 5'7" guys.
They look at all of them, Tom.
Surely.
I went back to 1939, and surely there's more.
Surely there's more than that.
I mean, right there just explains what we're talking about.
You remember how small Flutie looked in the playing?
Flutie was not 5'10". There's no way. Flutie was not 5'10". I don't care. They always add an inch or two. I love the kids at school. It's like, well, how tall are you? I'm 6 foot with shoes on. Then you're not 6.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Now, Tom, you're such a party pooper.
No, but I'm not. It's like I'm 6 foot with shoes on, but I'm not 6 foot. I'm 5'11". It just is what it is.
Well, Terry and Tom, I'm going to let you pick the Panthers games next year and see how close you came to Zach's picks.
Okay.
Yeah, Zach, I'm not going to tell you.
Don't tell us.
What he did. And let's go, Terry and Tom. We're going to pick the Panthers games next year.
All right.
And we don't have the exact schedule, so it'll be a little tough. But these are the Panthers' opponents. Now, I'm going to go ahead and warn you. It's one of the easiest schedules I've ever seen in my life.
I get ready to say, yeah. Green Bay won't be
We're going to
good.
do home, and we'll do the division first.
Okay.
Where do they go in the division? With the Falcons, Saints, and Bucks. What would their record be in the division?
Yeah, no more Tom Brady. No more Aaron Rodgers.
You've got Derek Carr in New Orleans. I don't even know who's starting in Atlanta.
He's the rookie from last year.
And Baker Mayfield in Tampa. So what is Bryce Young and the Panthers' record, Terry?
4-2
in the conference. Tom?
Yeah, I think 4-2.
Both of you go 4-2 in conference. All right, we'll go home. Let's go home against the Packers and Jordan Love. Tom.
I
Y'all just go back and forth. So
I like the Panthers.
I do too.
Home against the Vikings and Kirk Cousins.
A loss.
Yeah, they'll lose that game.
Vikings come into Charlotte and beat them a lot, by the way.
There'll be some fans down there, too, for the Vikings.
Yeah.
Immediate revenge game. C.J. Stroud. Houston Texans. I bet they play this week 1. Texans.
Probably will.
Panthers in Carolina. Terry.
Carolina wins. They got more talent.
Yeah, I think Carolina wins.
Colts at home against.
That might be Richardson versus
either Richardson or
Reich.
Or Gardner Minshew's the coach.
Yeah.
Frank Reich's old team.
Yeah, this is a real revenge. Totally.
You going with Panthers in this
Panthers.
one? Terry? Colts in Carolina.
Who's playing quarterback for the Colts?
Gardner Minshew.
They playing at Carolina?
Yeah.
Carolina win. I'm going to take them. It'll be close.
Cowboys in Charlotte, Terry.
You can forget that. That's a L.
Tom?
For the Cowboys? The Cowboys should be, but I'll tell you what, there'll be a lot of Cowboys fans at that game.
All right, now we're going on the road. And Chicago against
Justin Fields.
Tommy.
In Chicago?
Yep. Yeah. These are all away games. The next 6
Okay,
are
that's
games.
right. Bears.
All right. In Detroit.
That's an L.
Yeah, Detroit's up and coming.
In Jacksonville.
Ooh, that's an L.
Jacksonville, yeah. How come Zach's not picking?
I did. I did it today with the draft.
You didn't.
I'm sorry, I missed that point.
At Tennessee.
Oh, that's a W.
Yeah, I think that's a win too.
At Seattle.
Ooh, that's an L.
I think that's a win.
And home against the Miami Dolphins.
That's an L.
You said I thought these were all away.
Away against the Miami Dolphins.
Miami got a lot of talent.
Yeah, I like Miami.
Who's the quarterback is the question.
Yeah, Tua, that's what they keep saying.
Why would Tua not be the quarterback? Are they talking about letting him go?
No. I'm just saying, is he going to
last that long?
Yes. Brady keeps talking about all the friends he has in Miami and his kids enrolled in Miami.
Who's that?
Tom Brady.
Oh, he ain't going to play for Miami.
He keeps talking about, I got some friends down in Miami.
He ain't going to play in Miami. He's done.
So what we got?
Zach picked him to go 11-6. Tom picked him to go 11-6. Terry picked him to go 10-7. So Carolina Panthers fans, you're going from the number 1 pick to double-digit wins with all by picking Bryce Young.
There you go.
And the schedule.
You got an easy schedule, man.
That's probably a bit cupcake schedule I've seen.
So think of how many All-Pro quarterbacks are they playing next year? You got Dak, Kirk Cousins.
Guy from Jacksonville.
He goes 4,000 yards every year, Tom.
Lawrence. The guy from Detroit's pretty good. Goff's pretty good. Goff's not a scrub.
Who's that?
Goff.
Yeah. Derek Carr. You've got 3 proven starters.
Goff's not. You talking about the Lions?
Yeah.
He won't be there.
3 proven starters next year.
Goff, no. No. I don't
3
think
proven
so.
starters. That's it.
No, wait a minute. No. I'm getting Goff mixed up with Wentz. I'm getting him mixed up with Wentz. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
But then I'm going to be honest with you. If this happens, it's a success for Carolina. I mean,
what?
Because people are not going to look at it like who you play.
No, it don't matter. I mean,
let me ask you,
it's not going to mean nothing.
Would the record be about the same if it was Stroud quarterbacking? Would that change your mind at all? Any of those wins?
No, I would say the same.
No.
Rookie quarterbacks are going to take their lumps.
And the question is he going out day 1 as a starter?
Well, the big thing we all looked at,
He probably has to.
big thing we all looked at, I think all 3 of you looked at that on that, was who the other quarterback was, as opposed to who the other defense is. Because the Saints' defense is good.
Yeah.
So, and they got a good quarterback. Those might be the 2 losses that they lose.
I said they would go 3-3 in conference. What I said, but I lean towards 4-2.
Seattle's working on making their defense.
But I took 3-3 because we had a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, that might be. I didn't realize I had them winning 11 games. I
didn't either till it's done.
I think 9-8 is probably more realistic.
But I did say Carolina from right going there, and the people they pick, and they've already worked on their defense. Now they're working on their offense. I mean,
they've done well.
Didn't Carolina go from? Didn't Carolina? What was their inaugural season?
What about it?
It's like 12-4.
The Panthers.
No, they
that
were
was the
had
second-
slightly
that was the
losing
second
record,
year.
and then they went to the NFC Championship
Second
the next
year.
year.
12-4.
Jaguars and Panthers both went the championships
yeah.
in their second year. The Panthers have never had back-to-back winning seasons in their
That's crazy. That's
their
nuts.
existence.
And they've been to the Super Bowl twice.
Yep, never had back-to-back winning seasons in the franchise's history. And next year, next year's not whatever they do. Next year, they're not going to be. If they do have winning seasons, it's not going to.
So here you go with Bryce Young. If you win 10 games, 11 games every year, it's a success.
They'll build a statue and put it outside the stadium.
It's a success.
Well, they'll save money because it won't be too big.
I think you asked the other day what.
They just melt down Jerry Richardson's
I mean,
pants.
no matter what, if they make the playoffs,
that's harsh.
Think of it.
Just
That's
melt down
harsh.
Jerry's jacket. You got a Bryce Young statue. Can we shrink that Richardson statue at all?
I think.
Where's that thing at? It's got to be on his front lawn. And
I just think this kid's listening to all people like y'all that are saying he can't do it, he can't do it, he can't do it, and it's going to be motivation for him.
he was told that in
All right,
college.
Tom,
Yeah.
here's one reason why he might not be able to.
Did he play
in
for a
my
national
opinion.
championship last year?
No.
Okay.
He choked away the best team in the nation.
There
didn't
you
he?
go.
Didn't even make the conference championship, did he?
That's what
Didn't he make his own conference championship?
He
and we
played
picked him
for
number
who?
one overall.
Alabama, Saban.
Okay, let's think
everything.
about the
Here
Tennessee
we go.
game that they lost.
He got
What
beat
was the
by-
score in that game?
He got stomped by a
What
third-
was the
third
score in
round
that
pick.
game?
by Hooker.
No.
He got
What
stomped
was
by
the
a third round
score?
pick.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
What was the score in the Tennessee game? 52 to
Stomped by a
50.
third
What
round
does that
pick.
mean?
There you go.
Well, I'm just telling you. So you're telling me a quarterback who puts up 52 points, well, you couldn't beat Tennessee. It's your fault. You didn't make the
How
national
come you
championship
didn't
game.
go get Hooker then?
They
He
Terry,
lit this
that-
guy
you're
up.
just
that-
you're connecting dots all over. Just answer this question. You say he can't beat. He had 50 points in that game.
didn't
How,
play,
how can you put that on him?
didn't play defense.
That's stupid. You don't play defense. Dumb.
Hooker.
Now, if he'd have lost 21 to 10, okay.
Tom, go down to the end of the game. Did he have a chance to win the game?
Tennessee kicked the field goal to win the game.
Okay, then he should have scored a touchdown.
What are you talking about? This is like
You got to
arguing
go
with
to
a
the end
coffee
of the
cup.
game.
What? I don't know what you're talking about. Tennessee went down and won. They had 50 points in that game, Terry. That's the point. So how can you put the loss on the quarterback when your offense put up 50 points? That's all.
Same way that I go to Green Bay claiming what Rodgers did at end of ball games when he has the chance to win them, and he does not. So now,
Tennessee
Green
had
Bay
the ball
doesn't have to worry about
Tennessee
that
had the
anymore.
ball last. And if I remember correctly, Alabama scored on the previous possession. So what do you want to do? I mean, I just don't understand. I have to look back and see exactly what happened. But the major point is, if you score more than 50 points, should you win, Zach?
Yes.
Okay, that's the point. You should win. Might want to be looking at who was playing defense.
Hooker, we might be having a different discussion about the number one pick, possibly, if Hooker doesn't get hurt.
Yeah, Hooker went to the third round.
Because,
He fell all the way to the third round?
Yes, and I think a lot of it had to do with that knee. But there was a lot of people say he's the best player in college football while he played last year.
This is a list of the second quarterback taken in the past so many drafts. The note at the bottom says during 2017, data was unavailable. That's Patrick Mahomes.
The second quarterback taken in the draft?
Second quarterback taken in every draft in the last 15 years. Y'all ready for
Ooh,
this?
this is
awesome
not
list.
good. This is
Desmond Ritter last year, Zach Wilson, Tua Tagovailoa. I messed that up. Couldn't tell. Daniel Jones, Sam Darnold, Carson Wentz, Marcus Mariota, Johnny Manziel, Geno Smith, RG3, Robert Griffin III, Jake Locker, Tim Tebow, Mark Sanchez, Brady Quinn, Matt Leinart. Me and Zach was talking. How many playoff wins in there? Tebow's got one. Does Wentz have one? Daniel Jones has got one. One, two, three playoff wins.
Liner's got. No, not Leinart.
Yeah, the
Sorry,
one-
Brady,
the
Mark
one year-
Sanchez.
the one year it was-
Sanchez has got,
Sanchez got
wins.
three,
He's got
probably.
3 or 4 wins.
Yeah.
So if you look at that list, I hate it for C.J. Stroud. That's all I say.
Well,
That's all
he
I say.
fell.
Where did Sam Darnold end up?
San Francisco.
San Francisco.
For Stroud versus, think about this: if you're Bryce Young or Stroud, the 10 times better position to be in is to be in Carolina with their Houston's horrible. I mean, Stroud's in a bad.
It's a whole
bad
rebuilding
team.
all the way around.
Yeah.
Houston's got the number 3 pick now too.
They do. They got the best defensive guy.
Houston feels they have the best defender in the draft and the best offensive player in the draft.
And that could be true.
They came out of that draft with maybe the top on each side of the draft. You know that's how they feel about it. Tom, did you see C.J. Stroud's list of top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL?
C.J. Stroud made a list?
Yeah, they asked him in an interview the other day who he thought was the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL.
And then you'll see why he failed his aptitude test.
Yeah, this is why he failed his
Okay.
test.
What did he say? Go ahead.
All right, their first 3 were
pretty decent.
Hurts, Mahomes, and Joe Burrow.
I mean,
that's probably correct.
How are you going to argue with that?
Yeah, wait till you get to the
we're
end.
Not. We're just worried about who number
Good.
5.
How are you going to argue with that?
That's good.
Okay.
Fail.
Oh, there you
Fail.
go.
Justin Fields number 5. That's why he
okay.
failed. That's why he got an 80.
That was a buddy pick.
All right.
That was
That's
a buddy.
why he got an 80 on his proficiency test.
That was a buddy pick.
So it's a buddy pick. So what?
We're just picking
It was a
with you,
joke.
Tommy.
It was a buddy pick. We said it on the show the other day.
Terry,
but yeah.
that's why he failed his
That's why he
test.
failed his
isn't it?
aptitude test.
Great
He didn't want to hurt
big
nobody's feelings, so he failed
But
his
he
aptitude
passed.
He
test.
just proved right
He
there
passed.
he's a C student.
That's right. He passed.
80's a B. 80's a B in public education, by the way. That's an 80 on that test.
I'm sorry.
Remember-
That's a B at Ohio State, Terry.
I don't think. Is that his list? He thinks Jalen Hurts is the best quarterback in the
I
NFL?
don't
No,
know.
he
That's
just
I think he
said
just threw out his
top
best 5.
I
But he
just wanted
threw
to-
out his buddy.
We just wanted to
He
pick,
threw out his buddy.
pick on Tommy.
Did they paid
He's pretty
Joe?
accurate
They
on
paid
those.
Joe Burrow though, right? Joe's got his money, right? They paid him.
Ooh, I don't know.
I
Yes,
don't
yes,
think-
just
Lamar,
the other
Lamar,
day.
Lamar Jackson just
Lamar
got his
got
money
his.
too.
Burrow got an extension the other day.
Yeah.
But no, he was pretty accurate
Is
on
it
his
50
4.
million?
I'd have to see who you're throwing at 5.
Right,
Though.
right.
That'd be the.
Here is
That's
the.
crazy.
All right, guys. What school
This one's tough.
has the most overall number 1 picks in NFL history? And I'm gonna give you a hint. It's a 4-way tie. The most overall picks, not by position, overall number 1 picks in history.
So the number 1 overall.
Yep.
Okay.
Which 4 schools have the most number 1s? Just start naming something. Let's get it.
Michigan.
Michigan is not on the list, and to be on the list, you have to have at least 3 number 1 picks.
Alabama.
They've never had a
That
number
was
1
the
pick until
humongous
last night.
surprising.
Really?
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
Threw me off too.
The only person picked in Alabama football history
First.
was a Pop Warner
You
player.
got to have 3.
No, that just gets you on the list of the top.
Yeah, you got to have 3 to get in the top. 3, 6, 7,
Was
8,
it 10?
9. There's 9 teams with 3 or more.
Georgia.
4 teams have 5. Georgia is one of them.
Texas.
They have 3.
Give them a hint. Well, it used to, back in the late 80s, early 90s, they were a powerhouse.
Miami.
Nope. Not on the list.
Oh, Oklahoma or Nebraska.
Oklahoma is tied for first. Nebraska is not.
Ohio State.
Ohio State has 3.
North Carolina State's got a few.
There's your list, folks. Georgia, Notre Dame, Oklahoma, and USC with the most draft picks.
Yeah,
with
Notre
5
Dame. We
number
should have
1
remembered Notre
overalls.
Dame, yeah.
Auburn and Stanford.
Stanford
has
surprised
4
me.
number 1 overall draft picks, folks. LSU, Ohio State, and Texas come in
all the blue bloods.
7th, 8th, and
Stanford
9th.
surprised me
number 1
on that
overall
list.
picks. Can you name any of the Stanford picks besides John Elway?
McCaffrey wasn't number 1 overall, was he?
It was like 8.
Yeah.
Terry, can you name any of them?
Nah. Forget that. But they are legit every year. I mean, most of the
I
time.
can't believe John Elway just quit the Broncos. You know, he's done.
They got a new ownership, and then Sean Payton come in. It's a power play. Payton
is.
says, "I'm doing whatever I want to do," and Elway's like, probably like, you have it there, buddy.
I mean, I know. Well, John didn't his wife take all his money when he got divorced or something like that?
Oh, I
He's
don't
in
know.
bad shape. I don't know how much he needs the money, but it was just kind of funny. He said, "I wish you well. I'm done. He's out."
All right, well, slight transition over to while we're talking about college sports. Here's a basketball note here before we go to break, if I can get to it. Oops. This is the schools that make the most money in college basketball. Duke, this men and women's. Duke, $47 million. Syracuse second, 35. Carolina third at $33 million. So the state of North Carolina
Can I stop you, Kevin?
produces $80 million in basketball.
Can I stop you here?
Yeah, sure.
I thought this was nonprofit.
Well, you got the ESPN
It is.
dandy
I thought
there
this
in
was
Duke.
nonprofit. Why are we talking about profiting of nonprofit institutions?
It goes to the It goes to the coaches, Tom. They don't profit. They give it to the administrators.
Yeah.
The school doesn't make a profit.
Yeah, sure.
They don't.
Is that Dayton down there?
Yeah.
Wow.
I guess that's Dayton.
The Dayton
That
Flyers.
looks like Dayton Flyers.
That's pretty impressive.
They're 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
But you got to understand,
29th.
In Florida, you have your beaches. In Ohio, you have your teams. You know what I mean? I mean, that's just kind of like states like that. It's your teams, man, are important.
That's pretty impressive.
A lot of money in
I'm
basketball.
surprised South Carolina was up on that too. That's kind of odd.
Their girls are really good.
True.
Yeah, their girls are really good.
Yep.
They should have won the national championship.
That makes sense.
All right. Before we go to break, little video here. This is. I don't even know how to describe this.
What the world?
This is all right. I'm gonna read this to you. There used to be, I don't know if it's tradition or how they allow it. There used to be a thing, Tom, where they allowed fans to get the golf balls once they go in the hole.
But that old school putter, man.
Wait till you see what happens when the ball goes in the hole.
Oh my God.
Wonder why they stopped that.
What if they did that with Tiger now?
What the crap? You'd break your hand.
That
Can you imagine that?
Folks, think about when they had to start running. They had to take off as soon as that putter made contact.
Look at them. These guys are coming to get them with a stick.
Like, folks that are listening on the radio, it looks like Ben Hogan over here putting, and about a half a second after the ball goes in the hole, 3 gentlemen's hands all pretty much hit the hole at the same time.
Break your hand.
And what if he would have missed it?
Break a
Because they were already there. If that ball doesn't go in, they've trampled over the green. He's lipped out.
And it's
What about the other ball that's still
back
setting
then you
up?
couldn't put the ball on eBay, you know?
The other ball's not even marked. It's just sitting there.
Yeah. That thing got moved.
Wonder if James Mason had that in his collection.
And he's
Wonder if he was
just
one of the ones that jumped on
He
that.
goes shake somebody's hand.
Just go shake somebody's hand. Like,
Hey,
it's no big deal.
he
Hey,
did a
how's it
great
going?
job.
He's like, look at these
That was the other
idiots.
guy's ball. The other guy-
Look at these idiots.
Great
Yeah, I'm
job,
gonna let you have that one. That's a gimme putt.
I thought y'all liked that video. All right. Here's the other guy. Sorry.
Unreal.
I had to zoom in a little bit. There you go. Thanks. There's my ball. We'll be back. KDCBroadcasting.com.
They are there when you need them. We're talking about Shelby Heating and Air, where their customers come first. No matter the weather or the temperature, they'll be there to make sure you're comfortable. Ask about their safety furnace checkup for $99. Plus, ask about their up to $750 in rebates on select products. That's Shelby Heating and Air. Call 704-487-7877. Online at shelbyheating.com. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too. They are there when you need them.
Last week, Hendrick Appliance received a truckload of Speed Queen washers and dryers. Well, guess what? They're already gone. But wait, another big truck has arrived with more Speed Queen washers and dryers. And all come with a 5-year parts and labor warranty. All built in Wisconsin, right here in the good old USA. And many are available without lid locks. Save up to $200 per unit. Also just arrived, a new shipment of Frigidaire, scratch and dent appliances with full manufacturer's warranty. That's Hendrick Appliance, 1241 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. On the right going down, on the left coming up. It's time to spring. On into Classic Volkswagen in Gastonia for some great deals on your favorite Volkswagen. Right now, get 4.9% APR financing for 72 months on the 2023 Atlas and Atlas Cross Sport. And get 4.9% financing for 60 months or 5.9% financing for 72 months on the 2023 Volkswagen Tiguan. And get a $7,500 dealer lease bonus when you lease a new 2023 Volkswagen ID4 EV at Classic Volkswagen of Gastonia, 4417 Wilkinson Boulevard in Gastonia. Online at classicvwgastonia.com.
Hear that? That's the sound of a leaky roof. And if you're experiencing a leaky roof, call on Gaston Roofing. With over 3 generations of experience spanning over 80 years, Gaston Roofing serves Gaston, Lincoln, Cleveland, Rutherford, and York counties with metal roofing and fiberglass shingles. And they feature a lifetime shingles warranty, plus a 7-year labor warranty. They also do siding, doors, and gutters. Gaston Roofing, 1302 West Franklin Boulevard in Gastonia. For your free estimate, call 704-861-8166. Online at GastonRoofing.com. The best prices on furniture are found at Kurt's Premium Outlet in Eastridge Mall, Gastonia. This week, a chest of drawers just $2.99, dressers $2.99, Looking to downsize? A small 2-seat dinette set is $299. Kurt's Premium Outlet has nightstands for $163. Twin, full, or queen-size mattresses are $199. And lift chairs start at $599. See the selection today at Kurt's Premium Outlet in East Ridge Mall on North New Oak Road in Gastonia. Like them on Facebook, too.
Camping season is here. Time to head to Country Camping Corner in Kings Mountain for their Super Spring Sales event. You don't save hundreds, you save thousands of dollars. You'll find brand new pop-ups starting at $99.95, brand new travel trailers as low as $14,995, and brand new big fifth wheels as low as $49,995. Check out their inventory online at countrycampingcorner.com, see their page at whatsupshopper.com, and like them on Facebook too. And remember, Country Camping Corner never adds prep or a destination fee. Country Camping Corner, 101 Oak Grove Road off Highway 74, bypass Kings Mountain.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang. We want to remind our listeners about 704-487-7877. Shelby Heating and Air supporting us every Saturday morning. Tom, tell them a little bit more.
Shelby Heating and Air. Give them a call, 704-487-7877. Check them out online. Lots of special coupons. Check out ShelbyHeating.com if you need a system upgrade or you just need some maintenance or whatever you need. It's on that website. Check it out.
JP, how'd you do in science classes?
I did pretty well.
How'd you do in anatomy?
Huh?
How'd you do in anatomy?
Well, I didn't do much of anatomy.
I got a brain teaser here for you guys.
Oh, this is fantastic.
This lady posted, college student, Terry. How did I fail my anatomy test when my brain literally knows where all my organs are and won't tell me? How can you fail an anatomy test if your brain knows where all your organs are, but it won't tell you? Well, I won't tell you.
That's a dad joke.
She wanted to. No, this is a little college girl posting on the internet.
That sounds like a dad joke.
While our
right
brains
there.
not tell us where all our organs are.
That's a dad joke. That is definitely a dad joke.
Lordy.
I don't even make. Woo. That's deep thought though. That is a good question, though, Terry. If you're sitting if you're sitting there thinking about it, and you ask your brain to tell you where your liver is, it should be able to tell you, shouldn't it?
Well.
Ask the science teacher at school, Tom. Should your brain be able to tell you where your liver is without reading a book about where your liver is? Because your brain knows. It runs it, right? It operates it, right?
All I know is my liver likes me a lot better now than it did when I was in college.
Well, that's a good question. But true or false, does your brain know where your liver is?
Are we talking about this?
It's a brain teaser, Tom.
It is. It's a brain teaser.
Y'all gonna have to pull that. I need y'all to ask the principal that.
I'll get right on that.
See how that works. Welcome to baseball. All right, Terry, I got one for you. This is your trivia question of the day. What do the White Sox, A's, and Kansas City have in common?
They're all horrible.
They're all
right
terrible.
Now.
That's not the actual answer. But why? Here's a. I don't know if this is the reason, but here's a thing that they do have in common. They're the only three teams in Major League Baseball history to not sign at least $100 million contract.
That's why they're terrible.
There you go. And
the only
I did not know that.
Unfortunately, that's the answer.
History.
That is.
I thought the Indians would be on that list too.
How about that?
The only teams in baseball history that have never signed a player to a $100 million
And think
contract
of it, when Oakland was
Sox.
good, that was way before.
That was 80s,
time.
90s.
Yeah.
Chicago's a pretty big city. Like, why aren't they spending money?
Yeah.
It's because it's the White Sox instead of the Cubs, I guess you'd say. But
Well, that don't matter. Those different owners.
I know.
Like, all they got to do is spend money.
And it goes back probably to the owner.
But they used to have some stars too. They
But
had
how
Bo Jackson.
come-
They had
Frank.
And I
Thomas,
know
they had
it's your
Milt-
owners and stuff like that, but how
Jordan-
come Kansas City
the
Chiefs
organization.
can be so good and we can be so bad?
salary cap, and they drafted
Who could
Patrick
be so
Mahomes.
good? The Chiefs.
Oh,
you know,
salary cap.
Yeah,
but they got to fit. When we
I'm gonna tell you
beating the dead
another
horse,
odd
we got to fix baseball.
that
with
we
it.
look at this. If you go back in the history, and that's when I wish we'd have started this start of the year. Kansas City in that division is the worst team over the last 12, 14 years in that. But they're the ones who's had the most success out of that whole division because they did win a World Series and they finished second.
Let me ask you a question. Would you rather have 10 years of being horrible in one World Series or 10 years of being great in not a World Series?
I would rather have the World
Yeah,
Series.
I think
you're right about that.
Because Cleveland had the chance. I remember in 2016 when they blew it, and it's like I was telling Trent Marty next day. I said, next year, he goes, Tom, you might
ain't no next year.
You no guarantee to get there next year.
I mean, we knew after
he was
we
right
won
too.
it.
Hadn't been back since.
Those 90s teams, that 95 team.
So I'm not going to play the
loss of the Braves. Yeah,
I'm not going to play the overall the audio on this because I think he cusses in this, so I'm going to not play it. But this is a funny little story. This is Lucas Giolito, pitcher for is that the White Sox he pitches for? Yeah, pitcher for the White Sox. And so this is video from MLB The Show. Well, he says before he used to, before outings, he would play the game over and over against the team he's playing against. So this is him playing against Bryce Harper and the Phillies, and he would, he'd like to see how the game has it. Well, the game's got hot zones and all that stuff, and he wants to see how the game reacts to different pitches and what pitches get crushed by a certain guy and according to the simulation. So he says he does this in his scouting. So what's funny about it though, this year, he said last year he hurt his arm, and he was rated like 84. He said this year where he got hurt, Tom, they rated him as a 70. He said, so now I can't go scout my pitching because everything I throw gets hit out the park. But this is a whole video of him being interviewed talking about, I used to use it every year, and now I can't use it because everything I throw gets drilled. So anyway, that's a fun little scouting thing. They're actually using video games.
So that's what Kyler Murray's doing.
He's playing Madden instead of Call of Duty. But yeah, what do you think about them using the video game to watch the?
Ain't no different than doing the racing simulator, is it not?
That's true.
I would guess the racing simulator is probably more accurate.
I would think, but that's going to help.
Well, yeah, you can't never know whose body's thinking and everything, but it does help. Like, yeah, if he's not hitting well and this is on, because they do update it all the time based on where they're hitting it. Now on the internet, it's not just a CD with a pre-programmed.
No, because when I pull up, play Madden, it always updates the roster and stats. So it's about as close as you can get.
All right, Top, I've got your video for you. This is officially the shortest sacrifice fly ever. Pitch popped up.
No, I've seen this happen.
Towards the dugout.
I've seen this happen.
Caught at the dugout. Nobody's coming home.
Nope. I saw it happen 4 or 5 years ago. I saw this happen in a high school game.
Was he out?
No.
He was safe?
Because that's exactly what happened. The catcher and the pitcher, and nobody came and covered home. Now, ideally, you would like your third baseman to come in there and cover, right? Yeah. And the shortstop go cover third.
Yeah.
But how often are you going to work on that situation?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That
might happen one time out of 4 years.
Unless your coach is on top of it and says, hey, home, cover because you have to cover both.
Yeah.
But I mean, it would be extremely heads up for the third baseman to get down there. And that's exactly what happened as he raced him to the plate and the guy scored.
So this may be the most random statistic in history. I'll give y'all one guess before I show it to you because it's kind of weird. All right. The most common first name and hometown combinations in Major League Baseball history. So like Terry from Pittsburgh. You understand what I'm saying?
No.
John from Charlotte. What is the most common first name and city in Major League history? The top 2 cities is the same city with 30 people with the same first name in first place. Second place is 28 people. Any guesses? What city?
Throw that one out there.
Just seriously, what city do you think most Major League Baseball players are for?
New
This
York.
city is like for the top 6. Actually, New York doesn't come in until 9. Brooklyn 9,
Chicago.
New York 10th. But looking at the top 8, it's the same 2 cities of most Major League Baseball players come from Philadelphia and Chicago. 30 Johns from Philadelphia, 28, Bills from Philadelphia. And then it jumps down. John from Chicago, 18. Ed from Chicago, 16. George from Philadelphia and Harry from Philadelphia are 16. Jim from Chicago, 16. And Joe from Philadelphia, 16. Did you get that? So, y'all know y'all
somebody has. Somebody has way too much time on it.
Somebody needs a job.
Somebody is watching. Somebody is.
I'm telling you.
Look, here's the list.
Somebody needs to take some testosterone enhancement.
Somebody's watching in
He's
school.
getting paid for tweeting this stuff. These are their jobs now.
I think
this is this guy's job.
Somebody's watching in-school suspension and not having anything to do.
He might need to.
Where's Charlotte? Who do we have? It got anybody from Charlotte?
There's a Cleveland in here. I just saw it. Where was
Bill
it? Ed
from
from
Cleveland.
Cleveland. There's
and
been
Bill
9
from Cleveland.
Is Bill from Cleveland?
Yeah,
Bill
Bill
from
from
Cleveland.
Oh, that's number 14. There's been 14 Bills from Cleveland.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go, Tom. You can put that up in your class.
Hey, there's been 8 Dicks from Chicago.
I'll be darned. There you go. Rest of them have nothing. Okay.
He ranks number 48th, Tom. Here is
Tom from New York. Tom from Chicago. Tom from Philadelphia.
I bet
Tom from Shelby.
Darn, they not a Terry on there.
Terry from Vail.
Terry's from Vail. There's 10 of those.
Can't believe I didn't make it.
Actually, Terry is not from Vail. Terry is from Lincoln, right? Terry is from Lincoln.
I am from Lincoln.
That's right.
I got a couple more videos and stuff to show you from others from the NASCAR. I missed one NASCAR one earlier, the funny one. All right, this was the controversy this week on Scherzer using maybe some sticky substances.
Oh Lord!
Yeah, he got.
I'm gonna see what you guys think about this. Here's a video. So they're saying that you're supposed to use alcohol to clean your hands after you do this stuff, and then but this guy right here is showing how alcohol, if I can get the right video, there we go, actually makes it stickier. And look at him holding the ball once you wash your hands with the alcohol. It sets off a chemical in the rosin, is what they're saying. So if rosin, and then if you take alcohol, you have alcohol on your finger and it touches it, it sets off a chemical in it, making it super sticky. And this is an experiment this guy's showing, rubbing his alcohol.
But you're questioning this, and my whole deal is this. So they ended up suspending him for 10 games.
Mm-hmm.
But my whole dealing behind it, he did not go against it. If I knew that I was right,
well,
I'm fighting that.
Then he must not know. Then he knows he's cheating, Terry.
Yeah.
He's a pretty big name.
What do you want me to say?
Yeah.
I'm sure. I mean,
he must have knew.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So, all right, we'll move on to some other teams and other things. I'll go to my Cardinals complaints for the week. Here's some remarkable stats for you. How about these are how many games the Cardinals played with a team RA at 4.48 or higher in the last 14 years? 1, 3, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 3, 7, 5, 11, 0, 18. This year, 21 of 23 games over 4.48.
That means they're not pitching very well.
That means the catcher's not in there calling good pitches.
Yeah, of course. Of course. It's got nothing to do with the guy actually pitching.
It's got the guy calling the pitches. If I call a changeup, Tommy, you throw a changeup and it gets hit out the park. Here you go. Now 9 and this was the other day. It's like 3 days ago. So this has gotten worse since then. The Cardinals 9-15 through 24 games, the worst start since 1973. And then one more. I think I had down here, and I must have.
Okay, my deal though, Kevin, on your end,
fire the coach.
That's my deal. Win
right now.
I mean, you got to give your team a chance. You don't wait until the middle of the season.
Did you just see who they sent to the minors?
You know,
our star rookie with 12 straight games to start the season with a hint. We sent him to the minors to get more because he's not catching enough fly balls, Tom. That's why we're 5-19. He's missing fly balls. Come on. So there's a lot of.
Well, I knew they were bad. They're that bad. Wow.
At that point, they were. Let's see where they are now. 10-17. But they were never 5-9.
Well, we're nowhere near that, Kevin. So y'all way better know.
Y'all were 6-21.
Okay.
That's 4 games. We got a 4-game lead on you.
Did Oakland win last night?
Oakland's 5-22.
Okay, we're up. We're not last.
Indians are 13-13.
But there is a lot of talk about this coach and how he's handled everything. You remember the guy loafing to begin the year. Now we're sending the star rookie back to the minors.
I had no problem with the guy loafing. I mean, I could offset that myself and say why.
You can't treat these major
But
leaguers.
you can't send a guy who's had 12 straight games of hitting.
That's horrible.
That's a whole different story.
You can't send major leaguers. You can't treat them like high school players.
He had a homer. He had a homer in his first game in the minors too.
There you go.
But you just, I mean, what did we say last week? You tried to go out and get one hit per game, right?
Yeah, if you do that, you're back.
One hit per game.
300, 330.
I can't remember that idiot coach that I can't remember his name that Cleveland had a few years back, but there was a punter, one of the best punters in football, who like loafed in a preseason game and didn't make a tackle on a punt return.
Cut him.
And they cut him. And it's like, you are an idiot.
Because number one, let's make my
They went 5-19 and 73, Tom. That's when I said that.
Make my
they were
kicker
9-15 this year.
tackle somebody and get hurt in the preseason.
But some of these are grown men. These are professional athletes. You can't treat them like high school kids.
You cannot.
Major League Baseball standings. Braves in first, 18-9. How about them Pittsburgh Pirates with the best record in the National League right now? 692. I've got my Pirates hat on now. We've got to switch teams. Yachty's going to be coaching them.
Can we see it?
Do what?
Can
you
we
see the standings?
Yeah.
Let's see if I can do that for you.
I'm too busy looking at Tom, and I don't need to keep continuing.
There's your National League standings. Braves on 3 games up on the Mets, 4 on the Marlins, 4 on the Phillies, all over 500. Nationals goodbye.
Good division.
In the Central, Pirates in first, 1 game up on the Brewers. Cubs over 500, 14-11. Then we're so bad, we're worse than the Cincinnati Reds.
Sometimes Chicago, I mean, I give them a lot of credit. They took Swanson from Atlanta.
They did. And they got the guy from San Francisco.
a few players
no, L.A.
Yeah.
The one that got beamed in the face. I can't remember who it was.
We've given up 129 runs. That's
took the fastball to the face.
In the West, Diamondbacks in first, 15-12. Dodgers 1 game behind them. Padres 2. Giants 3.
And we can't see that.
Colorado's are 8-19.
How long do you think the Dodgers? It won't be this week, and they'll probably be out front and running away.
Could be by Monday.
San Diego is surprising me right now, 13-14.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there are some teams, and I don't care who you are, who until it gets hot, then they pick it up. And, and that could be.
They like Kawhi. They like take days off.
Well, I'm glad you brought up San Diego. Let's see if I can find that stat here.
I'm watching the game. They have this thing where they actually are interviewing the player during the game.
I don't like that.
No, I don't either.
I'm saying, because it was Manny Machado. I mean, they're sitting there talking to him. And the games are like, you can hear him like patting his glove,
Yeah, they did Trey Turner like
he's
that, and he's
talking
playing
to him
shortstop
during the game. I mean, like live action. It's crazy.
So here is so the Giants and the Steelers. What am I doing? Giants and Padres will be playing in Mexico City this weekend. Okay?
Like we need that.
This is why it's significant, though, Terry. Follow along.
Okay.
Mexico City is 2,000 feet higher than Coors Field. Okay? So here's some basics. Here's some fun stats. Estadio Alfredo Harp Helu in field in Mexico City. Dimensions 325 down the lines, 400 to center. Average fairground territory. Altitude is 7,300 feet, 2,000 feet higher than Coors Field.
That's why their climate's a little more moderate.
The weather will be 70 degrees with no notable wind for both games. We've had 4 series in Mexico, but they were all in Monterrey at the altitude of 1,700 feet. That's pretty high, but we generally saw big offensive output from this. Just talking about how many runs to expect. So this simulator is expecting 17 runs in this game, which is the most a simulator has put out in a simulation before. And this is what they're talking about. He said, but that's at 3,500 feet, or that's 3,500 feet lower than Coors. Mexico City is 40% higher than Coors. So Coors is the best hitters in Major League Baseball because of its high elevation, and this field is 40% higher. And Coors has the deepest dimensions in baseball, and Mexico City has regular baseball dimensions similar to Great American Ballpark. Those are some advanced stats. I don't even know what those mean, blah, blah, blah. There's 100% certain altitude creates offense and trumps everything else. so much we could be more certain of projecting Mexico City than we can when Major League Baseball plays in places like London, Williamsport, or the Field of Dreams, etc. Even Coors Field has plenty of 2 to 3 run games, but over a large sample size, there's no arguing it's the best hitters park because of the altitude. That's why I'm certain that Mexico City is going to be the greatest hitting baseball park we've ever seen. The Bad X is projecting a 17 runs per game in the 2 games in Mexico City. Sportsbooks don't even have the lines out yet because they're scared to post the numbers up. The Bad X 17 runs that they project, if they open Mexico City game at 12 or 13, the bettors should be hammering that until it at least gets to 15 runs based on altitude is what this guy says. So talk about betting, altitude, home runs, should be tons of run in Mexico City this weekend if you want to watch Padres and Pirates and see the balls fly. Terry, thoughts, comments, concern, anything? I know there's a lot of info to throw at you guys on that.
Yeah, and I know like in Coors Field, there are a lot of runs that can be scored. Even when you're a great pitcher, you're going to give up a lot. But, guys, I don't know whether I'd be a betting man to go bet on it. I mean, you're talking, if they put it at 12, I'm guaranteed that every game's going to be at least 12 runs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether I can bet on that. Not in
12
baseball.
combined.
Yeah, combined. But that's still a lot of runs.
You want to see what the field here's your comparison. Can you tell what's going on there?
Yeah.
The Mexico field is the one on the right.
Yeah.
That's how much higher it is than Denver. Denver's the one on the bottom.
That's a neat little thing right there.
Yeah.
I think that's a little exaggerated.
It's just 2,000 feet, Tom. There's a plane flying by. You don't think that was caught in the picture? What's the plane doing there?
I guess that's how much that field is above a plane that's just regularly flying over.
Right. Here's you one from last year. This home run, Tom, 527 feet.
Boom. Yeah, gone. Yeah. But can I ask you another question?
You can ask me whatever you want.
Yeah.
Sir.
Why are we going to play down there? Why?
Because you're trying to attract.
Have you seen attendance at a Major League Baseball game?
Okay, so we're going to go fill up a stadium down there where they're going to see 2 games. It's not like consistently.
TV revenue.
Oh.
Get more fans in.
As always, Terry.
Who's the home team?
As always, Terry.
Or are they going to switch?
Terry, you
hate fun. Always.
You don't have a business degree, do you, Terry?
He just hates fun.
Tom, come on.
He's got a no fun degree is what he's got.
He doesn't exactly have a business degree.
Why do you go down? They ain't got no
Same reason why the NFL plays in Europe, to attract more fans.
They sell beer,
more money.
beer down there, Terry.
And they sell jerseys. And they
great job.
They'll run
great job.
games
We'll
on
be
TV.
back next year.
All right, is this the catch of the year?
That was great.
Have you seen this one?
Yeah.
SEC. This is Vanderbilt or Missouri. Dives. Ball hits the ground, hits him in the top of the head, rolls down his back into his glove for the catch.
Luckier than Canseco.
He said,
Bounced
I
off his
called it.
head as a home run. Is he wearing a fanny pack?
Dives. Ball's in his glove. It pops out in the air, lands on his head, down his back, and then falls back in his glove somehow.
And I give the umpire great credit because he got it right. He said out.
I know what I'd have been saying. No catch.
You know that ball. You know that ball hit the ground.
That ball
before it
didn't pop up in the air if it hit his glove.
And he said, "Do it. Look at the review. Review."
I'm sure you know any high school umpire would have been.
I know.
I'm sure there's all kinds of arguing on that. All right, we got to take a break. We come back. We got NBA playoffs on KDCBroadcasting.com.
They are there when you need them. We're talking about Shelby Heating and Air, where their customers come first. No matter the weather or the temperature, they'll be there to make sure you're comfortable. Ask about their safety furnace checkup for $99. Plus, ask about their up to $750 in rebates on select products. That's Shelby Heating and Air. Call 704-487-7877. Online at shelbyheating.com. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too. They are there when you need them.
Kathy Moore, the new owner of Papa's Pizza to Go in Cherryville, invites you to come see them. They are now open 11 a.m. till 9 p.m., Sunday through Thursday, 11 to 10, Friday and Saturday nights. Dine in or take out at Papa's Pizza to Go. Just call 704-435-6335 and enjoy their big buffet on Wednesdays and Sundays from 11 a.m. until 7:30. It's all you can eat. Check out their new menu with pizza, subs, wings, salads, and more. And check out the new games, too, in the game room. Papa's Pizza to Go, 1002 East Main Street in Cherryville. Online at papaspizzatogo.com and like them on Facebook, too. A gas leak can be a killer. Just a small pinhole in a gas line put together with a small spark, and the unthinkable can happen. Now you can get a whole home gas line inspection by calling Today's Pro in Shelby. They'll be more than happy to come out and detect any gas leak that could lead to a disaster for your home. And with summer around the corner, see Today's Pro in Shelby for your pool supplies. And yes, they do pool water tests. And they can fill your propane tanks. Today's Pro, 1325 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Call 704-600-8393. Online at todayspro.com. Like them on Facebook, too. The best late model vehicles at the best possible price are waiting for you now at Oak Grove Auto Sales, Service, and Body Shop. Right now, a 2016 Ford Explorer XLT with only 67,000 miles, priced at just $22,995. A 2014 Mercedes-Benz GLK 350, 81,000 miles, priced at $19,995. And a 2007 Dodge Ram 1500 Thunder Road Edition, just $11,999. That's Oak Grove Auto Sales, Service, and Body Shop, 522 Oak Grove Road, Kings Mountain. Online at oakgroveauto.com and like them on Facebook, too.
For over 60 years, Boyd Tire and Appliance has been serving the Clover and surrounding area with the finest quality of home appliances, televisions, lawn equipment and parts, tires, and more. They feature in-house financing with 90 days same as cash, and they service what they sell. Drop by their showroom at 110 North Main Street in Clover, open 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday. Call 803-222-3231 for Boyd Tire and Appliance and Boyd Lawn and Garden. Online at BoydTireandAppliance.com. Get ready for pool fun with a stop in at This and That Trading Post in Dallas. They have assorted swimming pool items starting at $1. Also metal outdoor decor for $33.75. New poppets are $10. This and That Trading Post has Amish soap 5 bars for $5. 10 packs of men's extra large boxer shorts are $8.75. 18 packs of washcloths are $5.75. 3-piece full and queen size sheet sets are $25. And 180 load boxes of Gain, $17.50 a box at This and That Trading Post, 3867 Dallas High Shoals Road in Dallas, right across from the trade lot.
And we're back with Kevin and the gang. We always remind our listeners about 704-487-7877 Shelby Heating Air, supporting us every Saturday morning for our sports radio talk show.
Hey, welcome back. Now, this is a funny video, NBA playoff time, Terry. This is Miles Leonard, who used to be on the Heat, and he's now on the Bucks, and he forgot which team he was on. Have you seen this?
Oh, Lordy.
Now, watch the bench, okay? Watch the bench for Milwaukee. They're on defense. Miami pulls the three. Swish. Now, watch the bench.
What an idiot. What an idiot.
Did you see him scratch his face like I just do that?
I just stretch it.
He jumps up.
Boom.
Wait a minute. Arms up, yeah.
Three.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm wrong team.
I'm on that team.
Oh, Lordy. Yeah, let me scratch my beard a little bit.
They ain't going to see my check this week.
The TV didn't catch this, boy.
The TV going to catch everything. I don't care what you do.
So
Now, does he not look bad?
Oh, that's awesome.
When
Look
was
at
this?
The other guy's getting ready to shake his head.
Okay.
And the guy beside him going, what are you
The
doing?
video looks like from 1980.
Well, it's somebody filming their TV, Tom.
Yeah, I guess.
That's funny.
Oh, since 2015, 27 games in the NBA have had over 14 million viewers. 27 games. All 27 featured Steph Curry.
I can see that.
Not LeBron, not Giannis, Steph Curry. All right, next up on my, let's see, I might have another.
That can't be confirmed.
Here.
That's,
Tom,
That's what they say.
That's what they say.
People
That's what they
guess,
say on the internet.
Tom, nowadays, you don't have to be confirmed. You just got to guess. It don't have to be in right.
That's what they say on it. I read it on the internet, Tom. It must be true.
There
It used to
you
be
go.
everything on the internet was fake. Now, if it's not true, you can get sued and thrown in jail and things like that. It's just the weirdest stuff ever. All right, NBA playoffs. I got a couple. fun videos to end the show with. We'll get to in just a little bit.
I got
we'll
a lot
do
of
some
fun
serious
videos
stuff.
to talk about in the NBA.
What you got there, Terry?
Well, I mean, the first one is I want to say the other day at Boston when Trae Young hits his three and over shaking himself, walking off like he's done something great. And then I see his totals. Why do we do this? It's all about Trae Young hitting a three. But then when they showed his totals, 14 out of 33. He missed 19 shots. And I'm like,
hot,
y'all,
Terry.
yeah.
He's
And
hot.
I'm like, y'all acting like this guy is so great. I'm like, the only reason that he was great is only kind of Boston just let down because they led by 10 to 15 the whole game. And they let down at the end, and got beat.
Hawks beat him twice.
Yeah. Well, which I said that
I think
a
it's about
couple
what
weeks ago. Yeah, we said that. We wasn't scared, but I just don't like it when you all of a sudden Trae Young survives. He did all this. I'm like, he is 14 out of 23, 33.
His little stupid shoulder shimmy too. And all that.
19 missed shots, and y'all acting like he's some giant.
He's not that good.
All right. Well, the Celtics defeat the Hawks 4-2. In the 2-7.
We don't even want to talk about the Butler, man.
That means they will be facing Philadelphia.
This is no contest.
After sweeping the Nets, so Philadelphia should sweep the Celtics, right?
No,
Terry?
that's not going to happen.
I think it'll go 7.
4-2, Boston.
No.
Yeah.
Philly's going to win that series.
The man's already said last time they played Boston, and he had to shoot 80%, 20 out of 25 for them to barely beat Boston. And he says, we got to get better than this. Because he knows if I can't shoot 80%, we have no chance.
Terry.
He's not going 20 out of 25 in another game. Rest of this time, he's not going to do that.
I'm telling you. They're going to beat y'all. Sorry to tell you.
I'm sorry. It's over in 6, Tom.
They're gonna beat y'all, Terry.
It's over in 6. Trust me.
We're going to cut this when they do.
Well, I'm telling you right now, if it like the first game, I promise you, Boston wins by at least 15.
Wrong. They're not going to blow.
They will blow Philadelphia out.
No, Terry.
But Philadelphia will win too because they do have to go to Philly. And Boston right now is just like barely surviving just to get through. They're better than everybody out there. They're better than anybody in the NBA.
Okay, it's getting deeper.
Well, they are.
It's getting deeper in here.
I mean, it's simple. It's not hard to figure out.
It's
we
not hard
already
to
had
figure.
your Milwaukee bunch of guys who like, buddy, we don't want to play Butler. And
Somebody
we'd
told
even
him to
said
play, didn't
that.
they? Somebody told him to play.
Exactly.
Hey, Jimmy, you need to go out
Go
and play.
And he says
I
like
did not,
56.
I didn't think it was a good draw for them. I said it last week.
Yeah.
I thought, or 2 weeks ago. I thought it was a bad draw. I wouldn't want to go up. If Jimmy Butler comes to play, you can be in trouble.
Well, here's how our picks have gone so far. Tom has missed Cleveland and Milwaukee. Terry's missed Cleveland, Milwaukee, and the Clippers. Zach has
I don't even want to talk about the Clippers.
Never mind. Zach has missed Milwaukee and Memphis. I've missed Minnesota, Cleveland, and Milwaukee. So we all missed Milwaukee.
Because we just took for granted this is your number one seed. You can't get beat by a team that has a play-in game.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same thing with the Lakers. You cannot. And here's my deal on that part of the crap that's wrong. This guy 4 years ago goes out there and he gets Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, come play with me. The guy is the happiest guy in the world. I mean, we go back and look at videos. This owner is like sitting on top of the world. I got the best guy. These guys have only played 142 games in 4 years together. Come on, man. That was a waste of his money, of what he went and did. And now that the games were on the line, all of a sudden Paul George, the Kawhi, like he comes up saying, all of a sudden I'm hurt, and Paul George is not even playing.
Russell Westbrook goes off.
I mean, come on. You can't do that. Well, look what you're doing. I would get rid of both of them.
So
you don't need them.
So Terry's taking Boston. Tom, you said Philly?
Correct.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Zach?
Boston in 7.
Well, Tom's got Philly in the finals.
Correct.
And winning it. Tom's got Philly winning it.
He's that's where you know you're wrong.
You watch. Just
So
watch
Zach,
the game.
you had who?
Boston in 7.
Boston in this one. I had Boston winning this series, it looks like. Yes. So I'll go ahead and stay with my with my pick. I won't change. So we got 3 Bostons and a Philly in this one. Miami will now, after beating the Heat 4-1, will host Tom's Knicks.
Yeah, Tom's New York Knicks.
And your GM said they're standing by Bickerstaff at coach, so good luck with that next year.
Can't win on the road. They couldn't score. It was hard to watch. It was just hard to watch.
That's the reason when you get to the NBA, you cannot really say teams are good or great until you get to the playoffs. Yeah. The teams that have been there and proven themselves, like, you know.
Well, how many wins do teams get with people resting?
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I mean, you're 100% right. Like, how many teams just, you ever know, like, you can look on the schedule and the Hornets be like, well, they're going to lose this game, this game, and this game. And then none of the starters ever played in Charlotte that they play against.
I mean, this year was really scary because Zach and me both said, watch out for Miami.
I didn't think they would win the series. I thought they'd win some games.
But, I mean.
And they won it.
But
I did say watch out for Miami.
Yeah, and then we thought they were hurt when Hero went down. Well, that didn't help hurt them none. No. All of a sudden, Butler said, go play.
And Oladipo.
Yeah. Okay, I will. Just light them up for 56.
All right, so we got Knicks. We've got Knicks against the Miami Heat. Tom, who you got?
I think the Miami Heat's experience is going to rise to the top here. I like Miami as long as, nobody gets hurt.
Terry?
Yeah, I got Miami too.
Zachary?
I'm going with the Knicks.
Zach goes Knicks. Why are you going Knicks?
They played well for over a couple months. They've been playing well.
Now, you had them picked to beat Cleveland anyway, and in this series, you would have had
Milwaukee beat them.
You had Milwaukee beating Boston, but we messed
we
up.
We had it set up wrong.
Yeah.
You picked Philadelphia to win it all, didn't you, Tom?
Yeah.
I picked Boston to win it all. Who
and me and Zach had Phoenix.
Phoenix to win it all.
Kevin will go with Miami in this series. Y'all should have beat.
I just wonder who on the Knicks, when Butler's told to go play, can stop him.
Yeah.
Who?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think the Knicks is going to be honestly get people past Cleveland because I thought Cleveland had better players, but then you told me they had a bigger staff, so
Brunson?
that changed things.
People
serious.
always
They're
say
awful. The bigger staffs are awful. Like I can't even believe that. I can't see how they get jobs. Name me one season Bernie Bickerstaff ever had a good season. Ever. Never. Let's hire this kid.
How many times did we hire him? Like 4?
Yeah, it was stupid.
He got. I think you had an inexperienced team and you got in the playoffs. That's what happened to Cleveland.
Well,
you just had.
I think he was a Bobcat coach too for a
out west. We can't pick quite yet, but we're going to kind of pick in a second. We'll go Denver and Phoenix. Denver wins over Minnesota 4-1. And Terry, speaking of who's going to guard Jimmy Butler, Denver's going to stop Booker and Durant.
That series right there irritates the heck out of me every time I look at it, and all the players that did not play for the Clippers.
Who's Phoenix playing? Lakers?
Denver.
No, played Denver.
Ooh.
The Denver Nuggets.
But there's a lot of people.
That's a good series.
Well, there's a lot of people, like 60-70% of the people are picking Denver still to win this one.
Well, they asked.
I can't do that.
They asked Jokic how they're going to guard Durant on the pick and roll, and he said pray.
Well.
He's probably not telling a lie. I mean,
and you tell me that you didn't free Booker up by bringing Durant? Yes, you did.
Oh, he went off the
buddy.
night.
Yeah, Booker's loving this.
That 30-30 game is the perfect, like what we were talking about, Terry, when they signed him, is that for Chris Paul to be able to go either way to any of those. But Durant and, a lot of guys have a hitch or something in their shot. Durant and Booker have no hitches.
Well, I want to tell you something that's happened. If you're watching the series and you're watching people guard and all the picks that's coming, how many times did Chris Paul end up wide open? And he nailed it. I mean, he's just knocking it down.
Old
I'm
man's
like,
going to hit the open
nobody's
jumper.
guarding.
That's the last thing to go, is it not? Is the jumper.
Yeah, nobody's guarding.
Now, the problem for Phoenix is who's guarding Jamal Murray, averaging 27 in the postseason. Jokic averaging 26. They at least got a big man to throw at him to Phoenix. Michael Porter Jr. and Aaron Gordon will get the task of trying to guard Kevin Durant, as will Bruce Brown.
That's a player that should be on the Hornets right now.
Trying to guard all those Durant and Bookers and stuff. So, all right, guys. Zach, who you got?
I'm going Phoenix in 7.
Terry?
I got Phoenix. I've never had a great liking for Denver.
Tommy.
I'm going against the grain. I'm going with Denver.
Nuggets for Tommy. All right, we'll do a what if pick here. This will be fun. All right. Lakers have moved on. They will be playing the winner of Sacramento and Golden State. We'll start first with Golden State. Lakers and Warriors. Tommy, who would you pick in that series?
Can they both lose? I either got to pick Draymond or LeBron. I guess I like the Lakers in that series.
Don't put down Draymond.
He's over there arguing with another player. They zoom in on Draymond in that game
Yeah,
last night.
who was the player? Who was the player?
He's sitting there arguing with the player about a call that happened 5 minutes ago.
Because
he's over there like
Poole-
doing this. And like you can like,
oh, great job, Poole. You're like
it's
1
like,
for 7,
Draymond,
buddy.
do you worry about the game other than the foul call 5 minutes ago?
It's Poole.
He's an idiot.
Yeah, he'll be
So
gone.
did you pick the Lakers, Tom?
I did.
Zach.
Is it who? Do we have to pick who they're playing against?
No, Golden State. If it's Golden State and the Lakers, who are you going with?
I'm gonna go Golden State.
Terry.
I'm going Golden State.
You know he's going Golden State.
If it's the Lakers versus the Kings,
I like Draymond better than LeBron. That's hard to say.
Yeah.
If it's the Lakers against the Kings, Zach, who you got?
Lakers.
Lakers versus the Kings, Tommy.
Got a Laker. I watched the Kings a little bit last night. They don't seem to
I'm
have
not
like
impressed.
a
They don't
real,
have it. They got to wait on Monk to come off the bench and score 30.
Terry, Lakers.
There's no doubt on my side. It's going to be the Lakers
They,
because
those moves they made
Sacramento
made them a better
will
team.
not have enough underneath to stop them.
Could you imagine if Sabonis gets anywhere near LeBron? He'll foul out in the first quarter.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway,
I would pick the younger version of the Lakers to beat the older version of the Lakers in this one. I'm going Kings or Golden State to beat the Lakers.
I mean, I watched. What's the guy's name? Herter? Is that the
Yeah,
guy's
Herter.
name for? He can. Man, he's lighting it up in that game. I mean, I was like, look at this
All right.
guy.
See, there's what gets me. I'm
yeah.
glad you said that, Tom.
I mean, he's
Because you've proven my point every time I turn around.
What?
Every time I walk in here.
What are you talking about?
You know that I am telling everybody in this world the right thing.
Well, here's my
About
question.
what?
Herder's wide open, lighting them up. Monk's wide open, lighting
and
them
Malik
up.
Monk. Yeah.
Fox is wide open, lighting them up.
And I was
And
like,
who were supposed to be guarding these guys? Curry, Thompson, Poole. Come on, do your job. Stop somebody.
and I'm not real sure what all that meant, but I did see.
I mean, Draymond's the leader.
I did see Malik Monk play very, very well. I was like, didn't this guy play for Charlotte?
He did.
Sabonis had 7 points and they won by 20.
Sabonis fouled. He leads the NBA in fouling out.
That's a great stat.
He does. He has fouled out, counting the playoffs 10 times.
That's horrible.
My question though is that with them, Sabonis and AD should kind of cancel each other out. What about Fox? Can LeBron keep up scoring with him? Fox is going to put 30 on them almost every night.
The Reeves is
And then
That's what I was getting ready to say. I don't
basically-
think it'll be somebody besides LeBron.
be
on
Reeves
him.
getting
No, I didn't say
17.
LeBron's guarding him. I'm saying somebody has to match his
Match
points.
points.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
Can LeBron match up with? Can he get 30 a night on the Kings the way Fox is going to get 30 a night on them? Because that's what I'm saying. Matching up, Sabonis and AD is probably going to cancel each other out in points and rebounds. So you've got where the scoring come from? The Kings are going to have Fox and Monk, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're talking about. So they're going to put up 30 to 40 points, maybe 50? Can they get 40, 50 points from LeBron and
AD, and then they
AD.
got D'Angelo Russell.
I'm canceling
Yeah,
AD out.
D'Angelo
Okay.
Russell.
Russell?
It's got to be Russell.
Yeah.
It's got to be somebody. They've got to get those 50 points between LeBron and somebody else to match.
The Reeves kid will probably get 15 or 16.
Fox and Monk.
He's decent. He's pretty decent.
The team that they built after the trade that they had is
pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Well, I think they said last night there was, 20-9, 21-9 or something like that since they got this team.
Not too bad.
No.
Let's see. So those are our picks. We'll go.
And LeBron didn't play a lot of them.
We'll wait till that series is over before we pick the next round. How about that? Next Saturday we'll pick the.
I'm just saying. I just don't. I don't think the Kings
We can go ahead and do the East.
I mean, you're trying to beat that very experienced, seasoned team in a Game 7. I mean, that's just a tall order, isn't it?
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
the only thing I'll say for the Kings is
Why didn't
they're
Golden
playing
State win
at
last night
home.
at home?
That's what I was saying. They're
They
playing
just
at
got-
home.
good point. I mean, that's a
Golden
that's
State.
a good point.
Right.
That's a good point.
Right.
just
Golden
think of-
State
Yeah.
has won one road game in this series,
wasn't close.
and I
They
don't
got
think they'll do
stomped.
two. I don't.
We got beat by
I'm not
20.
sure if Golden
I
State will
turned
win
it
this
off
game.
when it was 19.
There's a difference in you playing Game 7 when Golden State has been there so many times.
The funny thing is, though, when you start watching, like on his East Coast guy, and you start watching this, it's like, man, this Sacramento team is pretty good. Never see him.
Yeah,
they play at
never
10
see
o'clock
him.
all the time.
I just don't think
Monk
they
on
can
the team,
match
you're
up
like,
with the
Didn't
Lakers.
that guy play for us? That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Ain't that the one Jordan hit the back of the head?
Sacramento led the West in scoring this year. In fact, they led the NBA in scoring. The only team in the NBA that scored 120 points.
What's
a
their
game
point
this year.
differential?
Sacramento's point differential? You don't want to know that.
1.5.
2.
They don't play.
There you
a whole lot.
go. Yeah,
I was
they
say, how
don't
bad
play
their
much.
defense?
I think Boston was second
in total scoring.
Yeah,
That's
Well,
kind
there's-
of tough.
Let's see. Golden State at 118.9.
Point differential on them.
Miami 109.5. No, that's not 118. That's not 119. Sorry. Boston was at 117. So you're third or fourth, Terry.
Okay.
But Golden State, they outscored Golden State. Sacramento did. So the Lakers only averaged 117.
Which they got some guys that can light it up.
170.
I mean, they do.
Monk's just been off the charts.
All right, let's see if I can find a couple more fun things for us to real quick here to end the show with. I think I had a couple of golf. I want to do this. Will be the last basketball one. So this is these idiots over here on TNT. So they're having fun with a green screen, and I'm only going to show a little bit of it because who knows if we'll get kicked off. But this is Shaq and him goofing around on the green screen, and they're disappearing, and then Ernie goes to disappear, and he starts pulling them off. But the reason I'm showing you this, I'm going to show you Barkley at the end. So, Zach, let's see.
I'll tell you what, these guys make way too
I
much
tell
money.
you, they have fun, buddy.
They have so much fun. They do. I mean,
They
you should not be
do.
making that much money to have that much fun.
All right, Zach, hit the computer button for me. All right, listen to Barkley here as these guys are doing their thing.
Oh, yeah, kidding. I'm not leaving. Not leaving. Can you believe it?
Oh, Chucky.
Hey, there's only America. I apologize.
Is this all they have to do?
Tom, I told y'all to listen what Barkley has to say.
I'm sorry.
And as soon as Barkley starts talking,
I'm sorry.
start jabbering.
I'm sorry.
Well, he had too much of trying to get his jacket out from underneath his seat. He's sitting on it.
65 degrees outside. Get your jacket on right now. All right, listen, Barkley.
Can you believe it?
Oh, Chucky.
Hey, there's only America. I apologize for working with some damn idiots. I apologize, America. Come to the other side. No, I'm not going. Come to the other side. Come on, Chuck. I got it. Hey, Chuck. And that's a wrap for Inside the NBA presented by Kia. For Shaq, Ernie, Kenny, and Charles, I'm Ernie Johnson. Saturday night. Join us, Chuck.
Chuck looks like he's lost some weight. Slimmed up a little bit.
Might be talking about a comeback.
Look at him. He slimmed up, man.
Come to the other side.
Yeah, they're having a little fun last night. Those boys have some fun.
Yeah.
They do.
They're fun.
Don't forget next week, guys, the Kentucky Derby. I know some people maybe bet on that. Some people maybe don't.
And not mentioned on this show, the Carolina Hurricanes defeat the New York
did.
Islanders last
They
night to
move on.
advance in the NHL
That's
playoffs.
right.
Mentioned it on this show.
Yeah.
It was not mentioned in this show.
It just was.
Okay, well, you didn't mention it earlier.
You just did. We can go back to that Olympic runner if you want to.
No.
Okay. Here's another golf one. So this is have you seen the LIV tour in their celebrations and stuff, Zach?
Mm-mm.
So they're a little bit more open to exactly what celebrating a little bit more. So this is one of the players hitting a hole in one on the LIV tour, and this is the celebration. Zach, hit the.
Oh.
Slice it. Block it. Slice it.
Now, celebration. Beer cans everywhere.
Happy Gilmore.
Well, that'll take a while to clean up. I hope that was the last shot.
No, it wasn't.
No.
Or if you're the next guy, you got to put some suds. Look. All right, here's another angle of it. There was 2 angles on it. Let me get down to the. Here's the angle from the guy that hit it. Chase Koepka. There's a lot of water bottles out there. Not all that's beer.
You know why
Does PGA need more of this, y'all?
You know why they like it so much is because they know they're going to sell all those back because everybody just threw their beer
They
into
just made, if everybody
how
goes
much
back
more
and
money
buys
they
one.
spent? I got to buy me a beer now.
That's
Because
$8
threw my
water.
beer on the.
Oh, that was them cleaning it up at the end. Wait a minute.
Oh,
Let me get
man.
that last second. Watch them.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Next
There's
look,
the cleanup crew at the end.
I didn't know Koepka's brother played.
I don't know if they're kin or not. There can't be too many Koepkas, though.
I was getting ready to say, and they both play on professional golf. What's the chances of that?
On the LIV tour,
Yeah,
too.
on the LIV.
What do you think, Tom? More of that in golf? We need more fun.
Yeah, let's make Happy Gilmore a reality. Let's have people out there in flip flops and tank tops drinking beer out of beer funnel helmets. Let's do that.
I can always count on one of either you or Terry
Wonder if Phil
to
can
take
get
the fun out of everything.
Wonder if Phil can get an interview at the LIV.
He can get an interview at the LIV, but I don't blame
We need
him.
more fans like this.
What in the
What is
world?
that?
Do you really want to know?
No,
not really.
It's probably a jersey a player gave, and if she's smelling it.
Yes.
Oh.
Soccer fan throwing his jersey in the stands to a little girl. Mom grabs the jersey and,
What's it?
and
She
sniffs
she
it.
just got high on something.
And sniffed it.
Oh my gosh.
It's still perspiration, lady. It still
Look at her.
stinks.
She went in for the second.
Yeah.
She went in for a second one.
Look. I don't care who you are. LeBron James's perspiration stinks just as bad as yours.
Oh, let me bring it to me.
Oh, she's like the what's the bear? What's the bear in the Snuggles?
Unreal.
In the Snuggles the bear commercial.
Oh, my
what it looks
gosh.
like.
And the poor
Well,
little kid on the other side.
I guess her husband's making her sleep on the couch tonight.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's not gonna happen. All right, JP. The final video of the day. This one's for you. Okay. This is everybody remembers, except for Terry, the very first time they saw Darth Vader. And and a lot of people, it did scare them back in the day. So for the folks listening on the radio, I know you're not going to see it, but this is a golden retriever watching Star Wars and seeing Darth Vader for the first time. He's getting a little nervous. Vader comes out, and he's behind the couch, Tom. Now watch this. Watch him. He puts his nose back around the corner. And he's watching from behind the couch.
That's my daughter's beagle.
That's animal abuse. That's freaking animal abuse.
What do you think, JP? Is that cool? He didn't want to have none of Vader. Look at him.
That is animal abuse. Just abuse that dog. You shame yourself.
He knew what was going on, didn't he, Zach? You don't mess with Vader.
That's just Gabby's big blue.
That one right there. That one right there. That look right there.
That's blue.
All right, guys. Happy Saturday. See you next week. KTCBroadcasting.com.
Yep.